I got another confession to make.
What you've been up to since I've not seen you for a while?
Oh, Will.
I went up to the Highlands and it was amazing, and I want to go again.
Oh,
What Highlands, Aberdeen,
did.
shagging sheep?
the
Yes,
reference going to
that
be
is
wasted
exactly what I
on
did.
Sally.
No,
It's
she'll
only
understand
15
that.
minutes.
Yes.
Really, what is the sheep
Um,
shagging? I suppose because you said Aberdeen.
That's the only reason.
I did the NC 500 and then went to Isle of Skye, and it was beautiful and amazing. And I saw a waterfall for the first time in real life.
Wow.
It was so pretty.
What? Yeah, sorry.
What about you, Ginger Boys? What you've been up to?
Okay, Napubes. I've been working a lot. That's why I've not been available for the podcast. That was basically it. I've done nothing. I've been to the gym a couple of times. I have went to work lots and lots of times. I have been playing a game called The Sword of Mine, which is great if you want to play really sad games about living in absolute desperation. And I've been running the games on Tuesdays for anyone that watches the games on Tuesdays, which is about 10 people now, I think. Huzzah!
Not too bad.
Well, we actually cheated this week. We put a puppy on the stream to see if that bumped the numbers, and no, it did not. I think people unwatched it.
Who had the puppy?
Leon, our good friend Leon, has got the puppy. So Leon, if you watch, we've seen your puppy. It's very cute. We did try to just get you out of the picture and just put the puppy on, but you kept coming back into the frame.
You need like an extra camera, like a sleep dog bed camera.
I think so. I mean, I would rather just get like a whole new camera for the puppy. Just I'd replace us all. Just have the puppy. Just have our voices doing the game in the background.
There you go.
That'd be quite nice.
That'd be cool.
Next season.
I'd watch that.
Next season, dog cast. Just none of us are there and we don't speak. That sounds great. What else is happening here? Why is it doing that? So
very bright.
Some background. Who, you or me? So when I do this, watch this. Woo. 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 What's happening is I'm putting up a window for YouTube in the background so I can put some music on in the background. But every time I do it, it makes me go super duper bright. So, you know.
And you look more
I like to have music. I like more ginger. More gloriously ginger.
Hey, I'm jealous of your hair colour.
Hey.
I paid a lot of money once for hair like that.
Mm-hmm.
How long did it last?
Mm-hmm. Not that long. I am terrible with my hair. Changes like the fucking weather.
Logan, have you ever dyed your hair?
No, because I don't have dad issues, and I'm not attention seeker. Sorry, Sally.
So, wow, that was brutal, to be honest, mate.
Pretty on the ball, wasn't it? No, for Sally, but just for the hair colour. That's what the majority of people do that.
Is this like is it sound like the purple hairs and whatnot? Yeah,
right. Like the
Yeah. So if you've got green hair or blue hair, you've gone through a breakup, and that is your thing.
It's like the emotions.
Red hair is
it's just issues.
It's your mental health for everyone to see.
Yeah.
But it does mean that you're a good fuck, so.
I don't know.
I mean, I just assumed like nobody laughs like Sally if they're not good at doing. I don't know. I'm dancing around good at fucking. Like, you know. Remember the film Superbad when they're talking to each other. Seth and Evan are talking to each other, and they say they've got some shit a girl. Who's like, I would pride myself if I could take a dick good. I would tell people how good I was at taking a dick, and I always thought that was really, really funny because like. Yeah, why is that? Like, you know, guys like, oh man, I'm fucking amazing at shagging. I like fucking, but they can't walk after I've been there. And that's like, it'd be nice if women spoke that way as well. I train them balls, you know.
What the fuck?
It's always the sweet, innocent ones that you never expect it from.
Yeah.
And to be the fucking dominatrix.
Up through like 4 meters hose pipe. Suck your skull out into your bell end. Anyway, so welcome to our movie podcast.
Today's topic: porn, real or fake?
Yeah. Oh, okay, so we've not seen each other for a while. We've just been trying to outfilth each other. I'll fucking show you. We have flagged this 18, haven't we? I'm sure we have.
Who gives a fuck?
It's actually
So,
I was at my
12.
uncle's 70th birthday a few weeks ago, right?
Mhm.
And my little cousin, who is a very, very pleasant person, she works really hard and she likes to be kind to everybody. So she came up to me, she's like, oh, and she tries to relate to me and things, because all my family seem to think I'm just a massive nerd and have no other interests apart from playing computer games, which I find baffling because I have at least 2 other interests. And she's like, oh, yeah.
Fucking and cosplay.
And men.
Okay, you named them. Yeah. Did you say in men?
And men.
Okay, yeah, I mean, muscular men. And she's like, oh, yeah, I've been watching your podcast with my kid. And I'm like, I don't think you have been, because we say some shit in that podcast and you should not be watching it with a child under the age of 10. But I didn't want to be like collaring it because she was just trying to be kind.
Aye.
So I was like, oh, really? Yeah, would you
Yeah.
watch for it? And she goes, oh, yeah, because like you review things and stuff. Like, that's really nice. So what I'm going to say right now is if you do watch this, little cousin, text me the word bananas and I'll believe that you watch it, right? But if I never get a text that says bananas on it, I know you lied to me. Anyway, that's fine.
Well,
What on earth is a banini?
Banana, it's a banana.
That's
It's
a
just
safe
banana.
Okay.
No, my safe word is, oh god, no, oh my god! Which is quite
That
close
just
to my-
makes them go harder, I'm afraid.
okay,
It
right,
does, yeah.
right, let's get to the fucking first review, man. I ain't having this shit tonight. Just tell.
Yes, we outdone him.
I ain't having it.
Logan's been slowly going redder the whole episode. It's been great.
We're not even 10 minutes in. Not even 10 minutes in.
Okay.
So,
Don't want to hear. But
who wants to say what the first film was?
well, I didn't pick either of the movies, so I think you guys should do this.
Well, I picked it
I
for
didn't
you, man.
pick, but I approve of.
I picked it for you.
I know you did. You picked a great movie.
On you go.
All right, okay. Shaun of the Dead.
Kind of look like Simon Pegg.
I know. Oh,
That was
when
all I
at
was
Comic-Con-
thinking of when I was watching it. I was like, this could be Lee.
Well, when I was at Comic-Con Wales, I done my Shaun of the Dead outfit, right? So I had like the shirt and all that stuff on, and a woman came and ran over to me. And she went, "Oh, can I get a picture with you?" And I went, "Yeah, of course." And she went, "It's just because you look so much like him." And I was like, "I don't think I do. I think he has a beard because I had cut my beard to look like his in the film, and I'm ginger, and that's because his hairline's massively different." But yeah, so I have been told that. Also, not the most handsome celebrity. Let's be honest.
I think it's the eyes.
But you know, the eyes.
Aye.
Nah, okay, we both have eyes. You're correct.
We're getting a wee bit intimate looking into your eyes, but you know what I mean? But you have the similar eyes. Like, see if you dye your hair blonde. I think
He's not blonde. He's like that really, really light
No.
gingery.
he's blonde and Shaun of the Dead.
Strawberry blonde.
No, he's blonde in Hot Fuzz.
Yeah, he's like bottle blonde there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's
actually.
very dyed blonde. He's got no beard and he's bottle blonde in that one. And then in World's End, he's got the black hair.
Would you do hair dye? Like actual.
What, like?
Not wash in, wash out. So like, would you bleach your whole head?
He's probably done it.
Probably not. I mean, look, when I was a teenager, yeah, of course I had. No, I never really bleached it. I had streaks because that was all the rage in the 90s, like frosted tips and that shit. I'd done that a few times, and like my mum every now and again says, "Oh, Lee, you could do that." I guess like, "Mum, I am a 42-year-old man. I am not giving myself streaks because I will get beaten up and I will deserve it."
And you'll be on that
Um,
register.
I mean, pretty much they'd be like, "Oh, what are you doing?" That'd be the end of that. So you know, I'd have to go and shave my head. But I probably wouldn't. No, I probably wouldn't dye my hair. I am even embarrassed about dyeing my beard because you can see all the white coming through now, and I feel like I would look a lot younger if I got rid of that. But then I'm like, I feel like that's like a denial. It's weird for guys.
Why would you want to be younger? Because an older man that has like the peppery beard, beautiful.
There you go. I appreciate
Why
that.
would you want to take that away?
I think sometimes when you feel old, like you just kind of like look in the mirror and you kind of miss like be at that part of your life where like your bones didn't hurt. So you know, Maybe I'll
I
look in the
think
mirror.
dyeing
And
your
like,
beard will help your bones from not hurting.
yeah, but I'll look and see a young man in the mirror, and maybe that'll be a placebo effect, and I'll feel younger.
Just take Roy.
This is why men have
Might be
midlife crisis.
Crises, yes. Crisis
Yeah.
disease.
Crisis.
Anyway, did we enjoy Shaun of the Dead?
Multiple. Yeah.
So, do you want to say why Shaun of the Dead? Why have you picked it?
It's its 20. I didn't pick it. You picked it. It's his 20th anniversary coming up. Not his 25th, Logan.
Right.
I know you picked it for me, and I appreciate
To
it.
be fair, this is funny because I actually wrote 25th in my notes as well, and I was like, oh, this is like, what was it, 1995?
1999 that they came out in then, yeah. Did you say 1985? No, 1999.
1999.
It's
I was like,
2024, Logan. Not 2020.
I seen it in the year that said 2004, and I still calculated that it's 25 years. I was like, oh, don't know how that happened.
Just adding.
Bad maths. To be fair, when you said 25, I was like, God, well, that is old. And then I thought about it for a second, like, that can't be accurate. But then I went and checked, and this is 20th anniversary.
Is it no Space? The TV show they'd done before? Is that
It very much could be Spaced. Spaced probably came out very 90s, early 2000s. Have you, just on a side note, have you guys watched Spaced?
I've seen clips.
Oh, you should watch Spaced. Spaced is fantastic.
Spaced. ED.
Spaced. Yes, Spaced with an ED at the end. It might be on like a thing.
Probably on YouTube.
But it's interesting to watch Spaced because everything they went on to do in the movies is all kind of like they're done on a much lower budget, like in a TV show, and like everything. Like they reference the games, they reference the movies, they do like a kind of zombie opening at one point. They do like kind of tie-ins to Resident Evil, all kinds of stuff, and it's like really, really well done. Like Simon Pegg has one of those amazing brains where he can do references, but it's not like, oh, I'm doing a reference. It's just like clearly done by someone that loves what they're doing. So like it's better to watch, and also I was like the exact right age for all that kind of things because it's all the stuff I did. So I guess it was kind of made for like men of my generation at that point, or yes, we'd have been late teens, early 20s at that point. But yeah, so that's why you brought it up.
The people don't know what Shaun of the Dead is about. It's about a salesman called Shaun and his slacker roommate called Ed. They're forced to battle zombies while attempting to rescue Shaun's mom, stepdad Philip, Shaun's ex-girlfriend, and her two pals that we don't really give a shit about their names, let's be honest.
It was Dylan, what's his name? Dylan Dermot or something? From Black Books. And
yeah.
Daff.
Like daffodil because he's Welsh.
No, is it no Daff?
Daff.
Like David?
No. No, Daff. D-A-F-F.
It's D-A-V. Davs.
So I watch everything with subtitles. And in the film, he's called Daff. D-A-F-F.
It's Dav. D-A-V.
I mean, his name's David in the film, right?
Yeah,
Just to
so
clarify. Dylan Moran. So it'd be Dab, I'd imagine.
So there you go.
But I don't know if maybe they referred to him as Daff. I don't know that. Weirdly enough, one of the few films I don't watch with subtitles is Shaun of the Dead because I don't need them because I know the film by heart. So, because I loves it so much.
I watch everything with subtitles. Doesn't matter what film it is.
Yeah.
I can't hear properly without the subtitles.
I was explaining that to someone else the other day. Like, if I don't have the subtitles on, I can't hear what they're saying. And they're like, "What?" I'm like, I don't know how to explain it any clearer than what I just said to you. Like,
it's like when you turn the radio down to see better when you're in the car.
Yeah,
I've never put subtitles on because I can't hear it. This just shows you who's on the spectrum in this podcast. I'm just saying it. Just say it right now.
Well, can I ask? Can you keep up with the subtitles, Logan?
I can read.
I never said you can't read. I'm just saying that some people don't like subtitles, and that's the only thing I can think of why subtitles would annoy you is if you can't keep up with them. Because some people read real fucking slow.
I'm fake Glasgow.
And this was this amazed me when I found this out.
Everyone that comes around my house and watches my TV, they all go, "Why are you watching with subtitles on?" I'm like, I don't know. I just can't watch it without it. About 3 weeks later, I'll go around their house and they're now watching with subtitles on.
Well, how often do you? There's things I've watched, and it's like literally I don't know the person's name because, like you said, they say it in a weird way, and like, what the fuck are they saying? And then you read it, it's like, oh, his name's like Shaun or Beetlejuice. You're like, oh, because sometimes names are quite hard to. Like, I wish subtitles were a thing in real life. Like if I could put
Oh, wouldn't
actual
that be great?
subtitles on, oh, it'd be amazing. I'd be able to understand.
Make
It'd
my
be
life
weird
so
because
much
I'd be like,
easier.
you'd see me reading the subtitles as I was speaking to people. It'd be
It's
weird.
a speech bubble appears.
Oh, that'd be. Oh, I'd love
Right.
that if they had a speech bubble over their head.
This
So anyway,
this
Shaun of
is
the Dead.
we keep going on a tangent today. So obviously, Sal, is this your first time watching Shaun of the Dead?
Yes.
What?
Wait, what?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
This is your first time
I
watching
know
Shaun
it,
of
and
the Dead?
I've seen clips of it, so I know like the joke about what are we doing today? We're going to the Winchester, and like I
Oh, yeah.
know that part of it, but I've never actually watched it all the way through.
I
Yeah.
mean, this film has been basically ITV3, I think, 2 or 3, basically just showed Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz for the first 4 years it existed. Like, it was like, you
I've
turn
seen
it
Hot
on.
Fuzz once.
I've seen Hot Fuzz 3 times today.
Do you know
Right?
what?
I mean, what the fuck?
Have you seen The World's End?
World's End.
Aye.
Well, it's called the Cornetto Trilogy, and it's Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, then The World's End. In fairness,
that's-
The World's End is the weakest one. It's still
No.
very good.
Hot Fuzz is the weakest one.
The what?
Yeah.
That is unequivocally not true.
No, because right, this is my reason, right?
Okay.
Having couples in a village, right? Right, I get it. Cool action scenes. It's basically like Point Break. I get that, but well, also there's other cop films they kind of
Anyway,
hang. But I think The World's End's more better. Like it's a better action scenes. It's better fight scenes. Like even the the end is great because it literally they could have made a full film and made it like a post-apocalyptic thing. I know what I've just said there, like post-apocalyptic, technically Shaun of the Dead could be that and all, but like Mad Max kind of style, the way that it ends.
I mean, to be fair, now you've mentioned it, I would like to have seen like a Mad Max, like that's shot by Edgar Wright does it. But I mean, like each one of these movies is an homage to a genre of films.
Yeah.
Like, so the first one's an homage to zombie movies, the second one's an homage to action movies, and the third one's an homage to, I guess, alien invasion movies. But and also being drunk.
Aye,
But like, I guess there was nothing to stop them continuing. But it was a Cornetto trilogy. There's ran out of Cornetto flavors.
that was the reason because well it was actually by accident because Edgar Wright was hungover during filming Shaun of the Dead and he had a cornetto that kind of covered him, and then that's why Nick Frost had a cornetto in Shaun of the Dead. That's the reason why it was red because it symbolises
So he's
horror.
why? Well, yeah, blood and horror.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
blood
was
and
like
horror.
each one was meant to, yeah. And because the third one, there was I guess the green was meant to be like the blood. I guess it would be the blue one. Is there a blue Cornetto?
Blue was meant to be for Hot Fuzz.
That's vanilla.
Because of the couples. And then
Yeah.
green was to represent sci-fi. I don't know how that does it, but it kind of does work.
I guess the third one would be more sci-fi genre, and that's better than Alien Invasion movies. Yeah. Anyway, Shaun of the Dead. We'll talk about this because I would have just watched all three of those movies because I love them. We should watch them all the time. So Sally, when you were no, we'll come back to that. Right, so I need to know more about you. Haven't watched it before. How did you find the movie? Did you like it? Oh shit!
Here we
Not
go.
my normal type of movie, so it's not something that I would really watch again. Watched it once, it's fine.
Keep going.
But the dude, the big lazy friend dude, I can't remember
Nick
his
Frost.
name. He
Ed.
really pissed me off because I'm like
What?
the amount of things that he did that put them in more and more danger. I'm like, you would be fucking pushed into the zombies and fuck you. I would have just left him half the time.
But that was. I mean, they reference that through the movie though. Like they point to that and say, "What are you doing? This guy's dragging you down." Like his mate that gets turned into a zombie literally says, "Do you keep him around because he's the only person that's a bigger loser than you?" But it's all of his movies about how much he loves his companion and his friend, and it's Ed, and he wants to bring Ed with him.
I get that, and that's fabulous and great and lovely and cute. In real life, if a friend was bringing you down like that, you would cut them loose.
Yeah, but see, this is the thing I was watching, right? It's pretty bang on the spot what Britain would be like during a zombie apocalypse. Like, it's just your average top bloke in the pub. he's also got to make an arse out of everything he tries to do in the zombie apocalypse. If you think
Yeah,
about
I mean, it's not saying. Can I ask you a question? Have you had Eds in your life?
Is that the lazy friend?
Well,
Aye.
there's a period of my life when I was about 19 to about 23, 24, and you could argue that my entire friend group was variants of Ed. It was all people that were unwilling to move on from that kind of time in your youth, where like
Mhm.
drinking, smoking,
Aye.
everything was about kind of going at the weekend, and that's who I had in my life. And it was not until a lot, and they were my friends. I really, really cared about them. And then, like, our lives went different ways, and that was kind of like that's the part where you kind of get old and you grow up, maybe you get in a relationship or whatever. For me, it was like I went away to work at Butlins of all places, and then when I came back, it kind of splintered, and I kind of went with one of them, and then I was in that group. I was like, I don't think I like this anymore. Like, this doesn't seem for me, and I just kind of went off and done my own thing. But like that's what they were trying to commit, and she's never done that because the guy became more and more dependent on him because like he clearly got closed off from every other avenue till it was just Shaun, and then Shaun didn't want to abandon this one kind of person that just looked after him, I guess. Anyway, so did you have any Eds in your life, and how did you move on?
Yes.
How did you move
Yeah.
on, son?
So I've had a few because I collect people like that.
She collects
They seem to be drawn to me. I collect heads. And it's got to a point where I literally isolated myself from everyone because I was like, I didn't know who was the drain in my life, but there was something and someone that was just causing me to feel just so exhausted all the time. So I just everyone that I was just like, you know what, I'll just start from the ground up. And I've probably now got about 3 people in my life because I was just like, yeah, I'm not doing it anymore. I'm not being somebody's shoulder to cry on. And this all stems, sorry, Debbie Downer time. This all stems from when I went dark side and I was like depressed as fuck, suicidal, and I'm like reaching out to all the people that I had helped, and they all just went, "Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that." Pat you on the back, and that was it. I'm like, I literally
Disappeared into the
spent
night.
days in your house helping you with your kids or cleaning it or whatever you needed. I was fucking there. I now need someone, and a lot of you just go, "Oh, I'm sorry."
That
I
seems
was
like a
"No,
lot.
I'm not doing it."
Bye.
Yeah. So now I'm really, really selective about who is in my life. If they go out drinking all the time, I'm like, no, you're not coming into my circle. If they smoke weed, no, you're not coming into my circle. You're dangerous. You're going to get me into trouble, especially with the line of work that I'm in currently. If they don't drive or have no legitimate reason to drive, I'm like, why? What's wrong with you?
well, that means that we're
Yeah,
not
Logan.
friends
Where's
now.
your ambition to move? No, but you're different because you travel. You will hop on a train and you will go.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the people that live in that village and stay in that village because the big wide world scares them. Them people that think a half an hour drive is a fucking long drive. I'm like,
No.
not for me, sorry. So yeah, I'm really selective now about who it is, and because I won't be brought down because I want to live my life. My kids are now old enough that I can go and explore. Whereas when my kids were young and I could, like, it was hard work to go out and stuff, it didn't really matter who I was hanging around with because I wasn't able to be big and bold and go.
Yeah.
Whereas now that they're older, I'm like, this weekend, you know what? Fuck it. Go to the Lake District. Woohoo, let's go. Yeah. They
That's
have to have
interesting.
like things.
I think people have to like a kind of sense of purpose at the very least, like you need to know your friends have got like things they'll do. But yeah, it's like that element of growing up, like everyone's like, I don't really feel like an adult. It's like we say that, but we also don't mean it because most of us have got a responsibility in our life that we've got to look after and go and deal with. Logan, as the youngest person in the group, how do you do you have like people in your life now that you look at them sometimes and you think, what are you doing?
Oh, aye, plenty of times. Like one in my old friend groups, I was like, why am I hanging about with you? It's like, you're fucking don't dating, you deadbeat bastards. I was so sad to the face.
This is something that I really like about you, Logan, though, is the fact that you are so switched on and you have such goals in your life that you won't let people drag you down.
Yeah.
I think that's really good to be so young. What are you, 24?
24.
Yeah. So I think for you to be that young and have the head on your shoulders that you do, I think you should be proper proud of yourself and the way that you look at life. Because I think it's brilliant.
Darla, you're going to make me cry now. No, even recently, just also because for the fights there at that weekend, because after the fights were some of the fighters that I knew, they all wanted to hang about and go for drinks and that, and I realised to myself like this is like my world just completely changed now, because every time, because I took my two pals with me, and they're no like, they don't train like MMA or that, but they do work in that, but they're like fans of MMA, and they were like kind of like freaking out, like, oh, like how do you know like, all these fighters? I'm like, that's just, they're just, to me it's a normal lifestyle to me now, compared to it would have been like
Yeah.
maybe last year or the year before, and it made me kind of realize like I've like kind of outgrew my other circles already, and like don't really talk to them as much, but they still kind of still do the same shit where I'm just like keep moving forward in a way. It's weird. Actually,
I think you got to leave certain
thought
things
this week.
behind after a while.
I also think, so back to the film, the girlfriend,
Aye.
I think she was right in the fact that he needed to grow up. But at the same time, she couldn't force him to do that. So if he wasn't ready and he didn't want to, then she needed to move on from it.
Yeah.
Which she did, obviously.
But
She broke
I mean,
up
she
with him.
did. I mean, to be fair, the only thing that pushed them back together was the apocalyptic end of the world, where everyone turned to zombies, you know. So
Yeah.
otherwise, she had left him, and she was quite happy to be gone.
Mhm.
But after that,
Yeah.
you know, they trauma bonded during the apocalypse, so that kind of stuck them together. Just on that note,
Yeah.
what did you think of the ending? Like, I know it was kind of played off as a joke, but it's surely not a good thing that he has Ed in the shed.
It in the shed.
Ed in the shed.
Was, on you go, Sal.
No, you carry on.
I was going to say the kind of it's, see at the start of that film, and it's their pal, their roommate. It's like, oh, fucking get a job in that. And he says to Ed, like, why do you not go and live in a shed? I was like, oh,
He just says,
they
go and
foreshadowed
live in
that.
the shed. Well, one of the single best commentary tracks I've ever listened to was the Shaun of the Dead one. I forget if there was 4 or 6, but there was at least 4 commentary tracks, and they were amazing. They talk about not only the foreshadowing the entire way through the movie, but they reuse lines from like Act 1 and Act 3, and it's everything they do. Like they say specific things, and then they reuse the exact line in a different situation, and they say that was all planned, that was all put together. That's where still like you can see kind of like the effort that went into the filmmaking. So like that's incredibly impressive. But yeah, they foreshadow like pretty much every single thing in the movie, and they also do an epilogue. Like obviously Dylan Moran's dead, but his girlfriend that goes off with a leg to try to find him, she actually survives. So like they've done a comic after the movie that explains a lot of stuff that happened. So yeah, she's still alive in that world, and like they're still friends with her.
She went on, didn't she, to be in the Netflix series of Sabrina the Teenage Witch?
Yeah, she's very famous. She was in Wonder Woman, and she's also the daughter of Jasper Carrot, the comedian.
He was also, so when I was a kid, I watched a TV show called The Witches of the Belfry Tower, and she was in that.
Lucy
And her
Davis, that's
sister witch, I can't remember her name, died by falling to her death.
Spoiled.
Oh, that was dark. Okay.
No, but this was in real life. This was in like the so the actress that played her sister died in real life.
Did she jump off a
And
building or something?
I can't remember whether she jumped or if it was like she fell. It was some sort of a tragic accident, I think.
So like Game of
I
Thrones.
don't think it.
Defenestration is when you're pushed out a window. Oh yeah.
What was
But yeah, there's one of the best DVDs. If you ever get the Shaun of the Dead one, it's got the best extras. There's also an extra track just by the zombies, and like they talk, but it's really really good. They're very very funny the whole way through it, and I highly recommend you go. 2 best ones ever was the Shaun of the Dead one and the Bruce Campbell one on Evil Dead. He was very charming on that as well.
What was
They're actually what made me watch commentaries. Sorry, is that mate?
What was everybody's favourite scene?
I mean, there was so many good bits because, like, you see, you're doing the callbacks, like when they're alive, like they're at the supermarket and they're just like scanning and stuff, and they're kind of like zombies already. Loads of like that. Just the opening scene where they're just kind of showing that everyone's kind of like sleeping their way through their life, and then they kind of like call it back when they become zombies, and they'll do the same thing. But I think the best scene is, I like the bit when he's like, we're gonna. He sets out the plan. I thought that was really cool. And also when he comes back and he gets his hero moment as well, like when they're kind of like hiding in the Winchester. Like, what do you think he's going to come back? And he does. You're like, oh, and then he's kind of heroic for a minute. That's quite cool. But I love.
I'm going to be such a mum on this bit. My favourite bit is when the stepdad was like, "I've always been proud of you."
Oh, that was good.
I've
tried to be the man in your life. You're like, oh, Bill Nighy, you've tried to be his dad this whole time, but you didn't know how to, so you just did the best you could. And it just, it didn't work, but you kept trying. Oh.
Yeah. I thought that was cute.
Mine was,
you also had a good moment at the end.
Mine was the Queen scene. When the jukebox just Queen plays and
that was good. I like that.
Killing zombies.
And they were going with the tune with the
There's they talk about that specifically in the commentary because they say that it's quite funny that all the way through the film they've been quite quick at dispatching zombies up until that specific scene, and they're like all of a sudden like they just can't kill him, and also you can see the guy's body, like the padding they had to put on him to hit him with pool cues quite clearly through his clothes. Because Simon Pegg didn't like that. He's like, we would have removed that with CGI, but we didn't have the budget, so you could just see us doing it. But that was a pretty cool scene.
Even one of the funny scenes, although it is very small, is like when Ed and Simon are coming at the pub pissed, and they just see a zombie in the distance, and it's like, what the fuck? And then they feel like doing a wee tune, and then the zombies like moaning and that. That's pretty accurate.
Well, they have. When they walk
I quite enjoyed when the lazy. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I quite enjoyed when the lazy friend destroyed the Ford. No, the Renault Megane to drive the Jack.
Yeah, pranked it. Like that was.
I pranked it.
I mean, also just to like list funny things when they knock down the zombie and like they pull back, like, oh shit, oh no, and he goes. I was like, okay, it's fine, it's a zombie, let's go. And it's like that. That was again. It's full of just like really funny moments.
Even the first interaction with the zombie, like see the woman. He's like, oh, fuck off. And then she gets impaled by the umbrella.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, but did you notice that she obviously came off the umbrella stand and you could see Simon Pegg through the hole, but then when it panned back round, there was no hole?
Well, the gravity would squish it, Sally. Come on. Like, I mean, I also know that zombies aren't real as well. That film's full of zombies. I mean, I think, considering the movie, I think it cost less than $20 million to make. I'm sure it was very, very cheap.
It cost $4 million to make, and the total gross when it came out in cinemas was $39,400,000.
Yeah,
so right, explain to me, how much do the actors get of that?
I can tell you how much the extras got. They got £1 a day because what happened was it was the same way. Obviously, because it's basically a homage to Dawn of the Dead. So George R. Romero could not pay his actors, and he gave all his actors $1 per day, and basically Edgar Wright did the exact same, which he thought, oh, that'd be kind of funny.
What he done for the actors to hire them was basically there was like a spaced community of people that enjoyed that particular TV series, and he just the equivalent of tweeted it out, whatever you'd have called that back in 2004. So put it in the message boards saying like, look, this is what we're doing, this is what we need. If you can turn up and you can volunteer to be, that's why there's not many scenes where there's masses of zombies. It's always like close-ups of like large groups, but they're just swapping like the zombies around. So there was another fun fact: Russell Howard is in that movie.
Is he?
No, he's not.
Mm-hmm.
Where is he?
Well, I had to look it up because I googled. I was just looking through the cast list, and Russell Howard was. I was like, "What the fuck? Russell Howard's in that movie?" So I went through, could not find him anywhere, and then when I eventually find it, it's like it's on IMDb. It's like Russell Howard, zombie, uncredited. So I think he literally was just an actor. Like they just turned up on the date and just went about and be a zombie. But again,
I
this
love
is
that.
2004, so this was not famous Russell Howard. This is probably in uni Russell Howard, you know.
Aye, so he's just
Um,
like, fuck it, I'll do it.
I was like, fuck it, yeah, I'll be in that. I'll be in that. I watched that TV show because I mean, he seems like the kind of. He's also actually Russell Howard's 44, so he'd have been the perfect age for watching Space and all that kind of stuff as well.
Aye, he's at that age, like that unit age,
Yeah.
and I was like, this is a great dead to be on. But speaking of zombies, by the way,
Mhm.
Edgar Wright and Simon
not real.
Pegg were also zombies, but not for Shaun of the Dead. Do you know what film it was?
It wasn't Edgar Wright. It was Nick Frost,
No,
and it
no,
was
no, no. It was
Land of the Dead.
Edgar Wright.
You sure?
Yeah,
You sure? You're sure?
yeah, and it was yeah. Wait, is that
Okay.
not?
I'm wrong then.
Yeah, I've got it done
Was
as.
it 28 days later?
I've got in my
Gonna
notes. I'm sure it's Edgar Wright. Because
Okay, hold on.
There's a picture online.
Shaun
It looks like Edgar Wright.
Pegg, Land of the Dead.
It's Day of the Dead.
Uh,
No, mind, you're right. Yeah, you're right, I think. Land of the Dead.
Land of the. No, you're right. No, you're absolutely right because it's too thin to be Nick Frost.
You can tell with the hair.
Poor Nick Frost.
He's still got that,
Yeah,
like that long hair.
got that kind of thing you've got like at the front. But yeah, I admit I was wrong then. But yeah, Land of the. Have you seen Land of the Dead?
No.
Dog shit movie. Only good thing in that movie is the fact that Simon Pegg turns up with Edgar Wright. It is fucking awful. That was, but like again, it's like kind of towards the end of George Romero's career when he was just churning out shitty
Right.
zombie movies. But yeah, again, Shaun of the Dead. Like I've seen that film so many times. I bought the DVD when it came out. Like everyone else, I've got rid of all my DVDs, and the only thing I regret is the fact that I can't listen to the commentaries. Like I feel like I should buy it just so I can have the commentaries back.
I've got it on 4K. Maybe
wow.
this might have the commentary stuff. I'll check that out and
Yeah.
see.
Honestly, mate, it's one of the few commentaries I would say absolutely listen to it because they are very funny the whole way through. And if I'd had it, I would have watched that again with
Just
the
with the
commentaries on, so I had more things to talk about. Yeah.
I'll have a look.
Because it's so strong. Aye. But yeah, it's great. Also, not that long, so I think it's like barely a 90-minute movie.
Well, I mean, during that time,
No, yeah, because
there's no lot that
Sorry,
films
carry
that duration, was it no? Because that like during
Mm.
like early 2000s, like, the films were quite short back then.
Yeah. To be fair, it's one
not
of these
that
things
you
I miss.
remember though, Logan.
Nah, I don't remember that.
Logan, who would have been like 4 years old at this point. But yeah.
Yeah.
But no, you are correct. Like older, like growing up through like the 90s and early 2000s, films were like 92 minutes long, including credits. And it was great because you'd go at your cinema. Now it's like if you go, how often do you go to Netflix and say, okay, we're gonna watch this before I go to bed, and you check how long the film is. It's like 2 hours 45 minutes. You're like, fuck you. That is, I would have to take time out of my day to sit and watch this film. If you watch it at 9 o'clock, it is not going to finish till 12 at night. You're like, nah, I'm at work tomorrow. I don't know who decided all films need to be a fucking like a marathon to sit through. Fuck that person.
I think the only exceptions to that is like the Green Mile needed to be as long as it was. Gladiator, I think that needed to be as long as it was, and Endgame. You've not seen Gladiator?
I've seen it. I'll wait till Gladiator 2 is out, then I'll watch it. But I think that
Massively overrated movie. Massively overrated movie. Me and my dad went to see it when it came out, so that's how long ago that was at the cinema, because folk had been raving about the greatest movie ever, and I went to watch it. I was like, this is boring. This is so long and it's boring. There's one good scene. Are you not entertained? That is a great scene. That could have been it. I could be like, okay, that's all we need. But height of Russell Crowe and that. And don't mind, there's good sequences and stuff, but like, whatever age I was, I guess I'd have been like 16 or 17-year-old at that point. Nope.
Have you watched it since?
I've not, no, so that'd be interesting. Maybe I would.
So you might, yeah. I think you might see it from a different angle. Being a little bit older, you might see storylines that you didn't really pick up on.
I do remember my dad saying he didn't like it either, which is really weird. But then again, he did also get like the Blu-ray and all that, so maybe he was just agreeing, maybe because he wanted to have like a Bond or something. Anyway, anything else you want to say about Shaun of the Dead? Apart from I love that movie. 2 thumbs up. I'm going to watch it again.
This is pretty much a funny fun fact that I found. So Nick Frost, who obviously plays Ed, allegedly kept his genitals shaved throughout the production to create a genuine need
Yeah.
to scratch that character demand.
In the commentary, he says that he has always shaved his pubes anyway, and he was taught to do so. His mum told him to do so because he said it was a hygiene thing. So I don't know whether that's true or whether he was just joking in the commentary. But I always remember that thinking, that's weird that he would say that out loud to people.
That is weird.
Hmm. But yeah.
Also, they had to have a 2 months wait because Dawn of the Dead was coming at the same time in cinemas. So they
Or
thought,
the remake.
was that a remake?
It would be the
it
remake
is
of Dawn
that.
of the Dead.
I keep forgetting how
The
old
original
it
one
is.
came out. Oh yeah, like the original Dawn of the Dead is ancient.
Yeah.
And Dawn of the Dead, I think, was the 80s. Side note: have you seen the original Dawn of the Dead and the remake of Dawn of the Dead?
I've never seen a George Romero film.
No, I've not seen any of them.
I mean, why did we even
Zombie
pick
films
Shaun?
aren't really
Do
my
you guys
go-to.
not have like? There'll be so much of these things you'd have missed because you've not seen these movies.
No.
Okay, cool. And you've not seen the fucking Zack Snyder Dawn of the Dead. It is one of the few, and I want to go on record, one of the very few good Zack Snyder
Oh,
movies.
that's surprising. The only good
Oh,
films he's got is Snyder Cut, Watchmen. Don't ya? Me and you will have a
Sorry, I
conversation.
was almost physically sick when you said the
Who's
Snyder Cut
who's
was
writing
good.
Snyder Cut? It's better than fucking Josh Whedon's shit.
Yeah, I mean, I've found things under my foreskin that are better than the Snyder Cut, so.
Oh, dude.
Nice, mate, nice.
Nobody wants to know about your cheese.
That's clipped and gone on TikTok.
Mate, please do. I stand by it. Fucking hashtag the Snyder Cut foreskin. Right, it is. Oh, we'll do. Look, I'll quite happily do a fucking full podcast on why I hate the Snyder Cut. Although, admittedly, it's better than the Whedon cut, right? Admittedly, that's not saying much, though.
We
It's
don't
like
have
a
weekends.
14% movie, a 23% movie, you know? God, we'll actually probably people will hunt us down and kill us.
Probably.
Remember, people were demanding the air cut of Suicide Squad, and then they just gave up because they realized nobody cared anymore.
It's probably just one virgin out of like a lot of them that wanted that cut.
Yeah. Anyway,
What about the sequel? That Shaun of the Dead they wanted to do. Do you know about that?
No.
So originally they wanted to make another film after Shaun of the Dead, which has got to be called From Dusk Till Shaun, and it was obviously got to be monsters instead of zombies. But it didn't get made, obviously, because it was very stupid. But it does have a poster in the Spider-Verse film, which I thought was pretty cool, and I was like, I kind of want that as a film now.
I think it was quite clever. I don't think there was ever really. I did read about this earlier on. There was never really any real intent. It was just an idea that they had that we could continue doing this, but then they're like, let's just do the different homage to something different. But you know, it's all good. I don't know how well it would have worked. I think they're better off just doing the different genres of movie.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm actually also glad they stopped when they did, because I feel like diminishing returns after a while as well. Like, you know, the first one's great, everyone loves it, and they kind of get the bigger budget, they make this really good one. Then The World's End, which I enjoyed. Well, I think if they'd continued,
I think they'll make another one. I'm sure they're writing a script with Simon Pegg and Nick Frost. I don't know if it will be a part of the Cornetto trilogy at all, but after Soho, last night in Soho, I know that kind of bombed, and I think people were saying they want another Nick Frost and Simon Pegg film. So who knows what it could be.
I mean, I'm sure Nick Frost would be absolutely on board to do this.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you know, Simon Pegg is went on to be a megastar.
I think he's writing the script, I'm sure.
Oh, I'm now, if it's just Nick Frost. The thing is, what I find really interesting is that Simon Pegg is clearly very, very good friends with Nick Frost, because he even agreed to turn up in that Truth Seekers thing he'd done on Amazon.
Right.
And like Simon Pegg did not need to do that. He'd done that because his friend asked him to do it. And he played like a fairly big, it was like an extended cameo to start with, but then he's actually in the last few episodes. And imagine how busy Simon Pegg is with like the Mission Impossible franchise. Like, if he wants to make movies, he can make movies. Edgar Wright, I mean, he's done a load of good stuff. I don't. Is it Last Night in Soho? Did he do that?
Aye, so he done that because Matt Smith and I want to say Anna Taylor-Joy was in it. I'm sure it was her.
Right, I don't even know that movie at all, and that bombed badly then, did it?
Aye. I've not really seen it because I knew it was going to bomb just because of the concept, but I don't really remember it anymore because it's not was my thing.
It was well, see, I never liked the Baby Driver. Everyone raved about Baby Driver, and I
love
watched like the
Baby
first
Driver.
45 minutes. I was like, I can't take this anymore, and turned it off.
Actually, I have
But maybe I was in the wrong.
I felt so awkward with that film after. No, not just because I watched the film, but like, so it was coming out on DVD, and what else basically came out? Kevin Spacey's a pedo, and I thought, well, do I keep my pre-order of Baby Driver as a steelbook, or do I cancel it because now Kevin Spacey just ruined this film for me? I don't know where the steelbook is anymore.
I think Kevin Spacey was ever convicted of being a pedo. I don't think he ever got convicted of anything.
Yeah,
just
but
to be legally correct, but there was a lot of allegations that he did a lot of things he shouldn't have done.
Come here, tell me. He's got nut in his skin.
Right.
No, he actually came in an interview and said he has no money left.
It must be hard to try to pay off a lot of people, yeah.
It must be hard
anyway, yeah. So back to is there anything else you want to say about Shaun of the Dead? So I give it 2 thumbs up. I love it. Sally's never going to watch it again.
One thing.
Go on then.
Quentin Tarantino dubbed this as one of his top 20 films since 1992. Now, if Tarantino says it's good, then it is good.
Well, I mean, Tarantino would have been, again, he was raised on those genres, so he would have got every single, he's a proper film nerd.
Yeah.
Nerd. So yeah, it makes sense. Nerd. I can't say nerd, apparently.
I call them virgins, I don't know what you call them.
Nerds, just specifically said 3 times. I don't call them virgins, mate, because, ugly people fuck too.
Not as much as
Such
yeah.
You know that, Lee's got kids, right?
Hey, who's ugly people? What are you talking about?
No, virgins.
Yeah, true. Right, so any hoozles. Anything else to say? Sally, would you watch it again?
Probably not.
Probably not. Logan, would you watch it again?
Oh, I'd watch it right now if I had the time.
I am watching it right now. It's on my phone. So yes, so that's 2 out of 3. Sally enjoyed it, but doesn't really care. I can't believe. See, Ken, it wouldn't mean much to you, Sally, though, because you've not again growing up in that time period. Imagine zombie movies. I was a young man during the 80s and 90s. What do you think I watched? There was fucking zombie. I fucking love zombie movies. Why? Zombies. People shooting zombies. People running away from zombies. Amazing. Those are the things that men my age liked. Every man in the world sexually wants a zombie apocalypse to happen because they think they're going to be out there chainsawing zombies and taking their heads off. What really happens is you die immediately because your cardio is really bad. But, that's fine. We can move on.
But we kind of, in lockdown, we kind of went through the whole zombie apocalypse thing. Nobody was meant to go outside because the people were infected and all this. And basically everyone got fat and ate everything in sight. So
yeah, it was a combination. People either got fat or got really good at cooking or got into candle making. Everyone seemed to get into candle making for some reason. That was weird. Oh yeah, it was massively popular. Candle making.
Everybody likes wax play nowadays.
This must be an age thing. Because see, my age, or me and my pals at college just
pissed.
Just with walls.
Well, yeah. Well, that makes sense. But what happens is
how old were you in lockdown?
Oh,
20.
Wait,
yeah,
19.
Start 20.
It was 2020 to 2022.
Aye, so
a few years ago. Yeah, you were 24 years ago, Logan. Yeah, but again, it's each age group has a thing that they get into, and a man and wife stuck together aren't going to play Warzone. They're going to find a hobby they can do together. So it'll be cooking.
It's just their life.
Yeah.
Also.
Yeah, Warzone. That's what you do. I haven't got really expensive. Anyway, we can do a podcast on COVID another time. So
on COD.
On COD. Me and Sally have nothing to say about COD.
Actually, speaking of COD and film, they do a Halloween event and they're adding Michael Myers in that clown for Terrifier.
Mm-hmm.
Just for
that Terrifier?
Aye.
Cool.
Is it Artie? Art the Clown? Something like that?
Is that what it's called? I thought it was called the Terrifier.
Nah, but they'll make a Christmas film with that anyway. Or it's coming out soon.
It's really popular. I think it looks fucking awful.
The first one's pretty good. It's pretty popular. But I've not seen the second one yet.
Is it as good as Killer Clowns from Outer Space?
No.
Oh, I've just picked my film for the Halloween special.
Killer Clowns from Outer
It better,
Space.
it better be the fucking
No.
Terrifier. Are we rewatching Killer Clowns? Because I'll rewatch that. That was pretty good.
No,
Is it Terrifier?
that was funny. No.
Alright, we'll find out soon.
You have to wait until you actually ask me.
Ah, that's
It's
true.
fine.
We'll
Okay.
ask it there. I've
the
got
end,
nothing
yeah.
else to say about Shaun of the Dead.
Love it.
I liked it.
Hey, Simon Pegg, friend of the pod. I'm going to meet you in Comic-Con Scotland in September. Nope, not in September, in October.
Don't say that,
No,
because
dressed
Click's
as
no
Shaun.
penis.
I would take his money as well.
Same.
No compunction, no bother. Oh man, see if my memory was better. Give me 2 seconds. Logan, you're a young man. You've heard of things.
Yes, I
This
get
is just a
about.
bit of pod. Yeah, we know you get about.
Yeah, we
Dirty
know.
bitch.
You get yourself
Um,
tested.
Tested.
Oh, I know what it was. It's some more news. Right. There was a guy, and his name is... Christ, what was it? Tim Pool. Have you heard of Tim Pool?
Tim Pool.
Tim Pool is a podcaster. He's a popular right-wing podcaster.
Maybe.
Right, okay.
Let me search him up. Let's see the rate. Oh, I think so. Well
Right.
done.
It's not massively relevant. It's just when we're saying we'd take the cliques money. Tim Pool and a bunch of other kind of right-wing commentators in the American media scene have just been kind of found out that they've been taking like money directly from Russian propaganda. And Tim Pool does a full rant on his podcast about how America should apologize to Russia for the Ukraine war and should like stop. And that's pretty mental because this whole podcast is like, I'm American patriotism, man. But it does because they just gave him some talking points. He was getting $100,000 a week to do this stuff. Now I'm like, I don't know what I'd say for $100,000 a week, man. That's a lot of money. Like, but just thought it was funny. So Tim Pool, fuck you. I'd maybe take the Russian money as well.
He did an episode with Joe Rogan. Actually, I do remember that. But that was like
There you
years
go.
ago.
Joe Rogan's done he done Milo Yiannopoulos as well, and Milo Yiannopoulos is a child rapist, so or an advocate for child
And then
raping.
he had a guy who was interviewing recently, and the guy was in jail like the next 2 weeks or something for killing someone.
Yeah.
I was like, Jesus Christ.
Rogan's had some interesting guests over the years. Some of them good, some of them don't age so well.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's fine. Joe Rogan, friend of the pod. So anyway, what's the next movie?
Arrival.
Right.
Did you watch
How
it?
long into that movie? You know what I was going to do? I was going to watch Contact, a different movie
Oh,
from 1997, starring Jodie Foster. I thought it'd been really funny if you guys watched Arrival and I watched Contact, and I was like, "What? What do you mean? You told me to watch Contact?" But then I thought the movie Contact's really boring, so I didn't watch it. But yes, I did watch it. How long into the movie before Lee cried? Guess.
20 minutes.
Logan?
I don't know because I didn't see it. I would say
Within
5
the
minutes.
first couple of minutes, within the first 5 minutes, I had tears in my eyes because I forgot what happened to her daughter in that movie, and I knew something happened to her, and I put it on. And within 5 minutes, they had her little kid. She wasn't really little at that point. She looked a bit older, but she was dying, and I remembered what the film was about, and it made me even sadder. And then I got over it and just kind of watched the movie. But yeah, I did watch the movie. How did you feel about it?
So let's go through. Let's read the.
Wait,
It's
first
Barb,
off,
Go for it.
first for context, I didn't see it because my legal Fire Stick froze, so I could not get to see it at all. So
It's literally on Netflix.
I'm not paying for fucking Netflix. They have to pay me, cunts.
So you've not watched Arrival. You realise that this movie's quite a complex movie. Like, you can't just freestyle this.
Yeah, I was just sitting and listening to this one because I literally cannot get it watched. I was like, oh my god.
Okay, well, can you read the blurb to us for the movie? Sally got this? Has anyone got it?
I didn't write anything in my notes for Arrival.
So Louise Banks, a linguistics expert, along with her team, must interpret the language of aliens who have come to Earth in a mysterious spaceship. So
Right.
that's like the smallest bit. Yeah, there's probably more on IMDb, whatever it is. Yeah. So linguistics,
Cunning linguist,
Louise
yes.
Banks, yes, leads a team of investigators with gigantic spaceships touch down around the world as nations teeter on the verge of global war. Banks and her crew must find a way to communicate with the extraterrestrial visitors.
Yeah.
Linguistics professor Louise Banks leads an elite team.
All right, okay, we get it. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
okay. Well, that's the same thing over and over again. Right.
It just
Cool.
it's really annoying.
Who picked this movie?
Me.
Right, okay. Sally, is this the first time you've seen this movie?
Yes.
Okay. Have you read the book?
No.
That's absolutely fine. Why did you pick this movie?
I found it really interesting. I thought it was. I just found the whole. So obviously, they were all keeping secrets from one another, and it was like instantly everybody was like they're here to do bad things, and they weren't really. They were just there to sort of help them, and it was kind of like that thing of we're so scared of the unknown, but we fear in case they're good even. Because we're so bad, I think, as a race, like the human race is bad. We have destroyed so many things. So I just liked the film. I thought it was a thinker. I thought it was interesting, and it was nice to see. I don't know the actress's name, but we'll call
Amy
her. Yeah. It was nice to see her character wanting to see the good in it. Whereas
Absolutely.
obviously the military lot were like, no, it's bad, shut it down.
I think she, when she kind of talks about like the nature of language and how it works and how difficult it is to even communicate with people like that speak the same language to you, or even like or from the same planet as you. Like if you go to another country and you just have to point to things and hopefully understand you. I thought it was fascinating because obviously the point was like the whole alien brain was different.
Yeah.
Did you at any point the first time you watched it, did you realize what was happening with the memories she was having of the daughter?
No.
Neither did
Not
I.
until
I
it
did
was
not see
almost
coming. That was a truly amazing twist because I did not see that coming. Logan, this is going to get really spoiled for you. But just to kind of explain it, through the movie, at the beginning of the movie, you see her in her house, and it looks like she is like just remembering something, and because she seems quite sad, and she remembers playing with her daughter. So when she was born, she remembers her being born and like kind of talking to her and like bonding with her. And then when she's a little bit older, she's like playing with her and like chasing her around. And then it shows you this really sad scene when she's older. And she's really sick, and she then repeats the same phrase that she said to her when she was a baby, which is "come back to me." And like that's the bit that got me straight away. I was like, "Oh, my heart! This poor woman's lost her child." And then interspersed throughout the movie, is like these memories of things that she done with her daughter. Some good, some bad, some just like kind of weirdly foreshadowing things that have happened, or what you think it's foreshadowing for things that have happened when she meets the aliens. And then as it progresses, they talk about how learning a new language can rewire your brain. So, like by learning, let's say French, you might actually start to think like a French person, or South Korean. They just can't explain this. But what they actually explain is that these aliens are so completely alien from us. Learning their language rewires your brain so you experience time the same way they do. And they experience time as a circle. So they remember their whole life. And you find out that she's remembering a child that she's not got. And she knows that she's going to have this kid. And she knows that this kid is going to die young. And she knows it's going to break her heart. And she knows it's going to break the man that she marries' heart. But she still chooses to do it because she wants to experience that love. And I was like, I was like, oh my God, my heart. It's so sad. But the moment that kid was born, she knew she was going to lose her. And I was like, this, because it's not really a film about aliens. That's just part of it. Because aliens turn around and go, hi, we're aliens. Here's our weird language. By the way, in 3,000 years, we need your help. See you later. That's more or less what the aliens do. And then it's like this bit about nuclear war, and like the humans have got to kind of band together. But I feel like they kind of gloss over the humans banding together. Really, like she just phones again. She's like, "Hey, your dead wife said, shit, I'm gonna die. Sorry, name your BJ's or whatever." And then that's it. And but then the real thing is about this kind of relationship. But she also has to tell the man she falls in love with after they have the baby, and when she gets to about like 4 or 5 or something. By the way, our kid's gonna die in like 10 years, and I knew that before we had the kid. So like, oh man. So yeah, that's the basic premise of the movie. Did I miss anything?
No, it's a really interesting film. I don't think I've ever seen something with that sort of storyline.
No.
And it was like, obviously, it gives you an insight into the people that are linguistics, because she literally deciphered fucking pictures
Yeah.
into words. And obviously, someone somewhere has to be able to talk to people that they don't know their language for. And there's obviously primal tribes still around, and that people are able to communicate with them more often than not through pictures. So it was so interesting to see how her brain worked, because somebody's brain must work that way for that storyline to be relevant.
Yeah. No one's just made that up. That's clearly someone had to
No.
think about things in a circular fashion. I think it's also interesting to see like how I always like to kind of like simplify this, but when you speak to someone online and like their experience of a thing is a small tiny part of a picture, so they think in a certain way, and then someone who sees the bigger picture reacts in a different way. So like she's so she's like seeing the answer at the same time she's seeing the problem, and like how she has to come about it in such a way because she knows they can't see it. But like imagine trying to explain to somebody, I'm doing this because in 7 years this is going to happen, but right now this is going to fuck you over. I mean, I thought that was pretty incredible. But no, it's like it's one of the most original films. And I can't believe more people don't talk about this movie because it was fucking amazing.
Yeah, I thought it was really good. It was Simeon's choice, actually. He was the one that put it on for me, and I was a bit like, oh, I'm not sure I'm gonna like this film. Because I thought it was going to be like a film about aliens, and I was a bit like, it's not really my cup of tea. But then once he put it on, I sort of sat up and I was like, but what? What? How? I don't understand. And he's like, just watch it. I'm like, oh.
I think a massive thing. Hey man, double down. It's one of those films. That's actually a test I use for things. Is if my missus Avon, to the viewers at home, if I put something on and she puts her phone down, that means she's paying attention and she likes it. And if she sits the whole time on her phone, it means that she's just watching it because I want to watch it. But so I guess that's me done with you. So you got tuned in. That's a good choice for you as well, because I mean that's not something you'd have picked then, no? Because it looks like it's just going to be an alien invasion movie.
Yeah. I thought that, honestly, when he put it on, I was just like, oh my god, it's going to be another like War of the Worlds or something. I was like, oh fuck.
This is basically going to be Independence Day. Another great movie.
Yeah.
But
And then I was just like so engrossed in it, and like as the story progressed, and when she took her her suit off, she's like, no, they need to see my face. They need to see my face. They need to see. And I'm like, yes, of course they do, because they're seeing you as a threat because you've made yourself look like one.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then when they started like touching tentacle things to her hand and stuff like that, and I was just like, it's amazing. And then when the military tried to blow up the aliens, but the aliens protected her, I was just like, oh, I love it.
They protected her at the expense of their own life, and also because the way they see time, they knew that was going to happen. Yeah. So they chose, like, because they call them Abbott and Costello, and like it's the one that she kind of bonds with. I think it was Abbott. I can't remember which one it was, but they know, like, from the second they meet her, they know that they're going to die at the hands of these, but they still do the thing. So it's kind of showing you, like, is destiny, is it preordained? I was like, I don't know, I didn't really kind of comment too much on that. That's actually what I was going to say. In the book, one of the differences is that her daughter dies in a climbing accident, not from some kind of disease, which I thought was interesting because that's really dark. Because she could have said to her daughter, "You can't go climbing that day; something's going to happen." Yeah. But she chooses to get her. Whereas in this, she's just got some rare disease that's going to kill her. But, I mean, I guess that's also pretty dark that she just chose to have a kid. Like, Why not wait like 2 weeks and maybe that won't happen if you have a kid at a different time? I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah, but then I guess as a human race, we kind of live in hope that even if everybody has a chance of like an illness or a cancer or something that could potentially be long lasting and kill us, but we all live in hope that that day tomorrow they're going to make a breakthrough and it'll be fine. So she might not have seen, I don't know, Joe Bloggs down the street making that invention of the cure to what her child's got.
I mean, I don't know.
So
I just the way I interpreted it was that she like 100% knew what was going to happen. But again, that's a really hard way. Like she'd be able to see her own life. It also seemed that she could kind of experience those moments over and over again. So I don't know if at a certain point she can just kind of travel around her own life. But again, I guess that was kind of meant to be a bit ambiguous. I did have to go and read like a wiki on it to get it explained to me as well. Like, oh, this is complicated. This is too smart for me.
Yeah. I liked the relationship between the two scientists because she was very much like open and happy to accept these people, these aliens, whereas the other scientist, I don't know his name, but
Jeremy Renner,
Hawkeye.
He was called Ian in the movie, and he's called Jeremy Renner in real life, or Hawkeye if you prefer.
He was a bit apprehensive, but then once he saw how confident she was in her abilities to communicate with these people, he was totally on board with it, and he was just like, fuck it, just let her do her thing because it's clearly working. But then other people were trying to do the same with their aliens in their countries, but none of them were communicating. So if somebody found an answer to one of their pictures that they'd sent, they weren't telling the rest of the countries, like the rest of the world. And it's like, we would do that now. If there was a world war and we were in communication with the whole world and they had a secret information of where the next bomb was going to go off, they wouldn't share it because that's like top secret information that is precious to them and could somehow help them.
There's an interesting kind of a concept throughout the movie, and it's like you said, the aliens give them the answer. They give them like the 12 different things, and what the aliens are saying is like, you need to put this together so that you can basically, the more you understand their language, the more. That's the gift that they give them, is that once you do this, you'll be able to experience time like us. So it's like a very useful thing. But it's like the communication barrier is like they don't really have words for tools or weapons. So when somebody teaches them the word weapon, they're like, yeah, it's a weapon. It's like that is because it's a thing that can be used in a certain way. And then she talks about that. I think one of them tries to teach them how to communicate by using like a game, but the game you can win or lose. So like you're teaching them like you either have to win or you either have to lose. So like there's all kinds of really interesting concepts. I wish we had a new like a linguist on to explain it better. Watch it; it's really good. Logan, you can't watch it. I just ruined it for you. You know what happens.
I wasn't paying attention to it. I just nailed it.
Oh.
I could tell you were just like zoning out. But yeah, I really enjoyed
I'd much rather you watch that movie. It was great.
I didn't know it was.
That is a movie I wouldn't watch more than once normally though, because I think the big surprise is watching it that first time. You're like, wow, that is incredible. However, do you know who directed it?
Jeremy Renner.
Yes, Jeremy Renner famously directed the movie Arrival. It's a guy.
Oh.
Eh? No, I'm going to get his name because I'm pretty. No, it was. I'm just going to make sure I get his name right here because it's. Here we go. It's Dennis. Dennis. He's French. I don't know if it's Dennis or Denise. Villeneuve. I don't know if that's how you say his name.
Oh,
Logan, what did he direct that you do like?
Oh my god! No, don't put me in the spot.
Really?
Why?
I'll give you a hint. It's got 2049 in the title.
2049. What film did I like with 2049?
You played a TTRPG about it, and it was the creation of Noodle Dogs.
Oh, Blade Runner.
Blade Runner 2049.
I don't like Blade Runner. But I like
Blade Runner 2049.
I like the TTRPG, but I don't like that in film.
Oh, I thought you liked that movie. Okay, well, he went on directly to do Blade Runner immediately after that. Then he done Dune 1 and 2.
So he did, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, like, he actually done Sicario, if he's watched that. Sicario's a good movie.
The first one or second one?
The first one, mate, the good one.
second one's better.
No, the second one is dog shit. You're a liar.
No.
It's
See the
racist
intro.
propaganda.
See the fucking intro to Sicario 2 when they're just going in the shop and it fucking blows up. Oh my god.
No,
That's
that's
a
not that
cool
one.
intro.
Done the first one.
Okay.
First one's like, is it Emily Blunt in the first one?
Emily Blunt's in the first one, and what's his face?
Benicio del Toro, Josh Brolin. I feel like there's a third one as well. It's sequel.
Not a fan of Emily Blunt.
You know? Oh, I love Emily Blunt.
No.
I think she's only good in Quiet Place.
Is that
Really?
because she's not talking?
I don't like women.
Oh shit. We know.
They don't like you either, Logan. It's fine.
So,
That's why they don't stick around. Haha.
no, it's fine. I don't stick around.
Oh, burn.
So yeah, Arrival. We've ruined it for you. So if you've not watched it, you're fucked. But you should have watched it in the first place.
I mean, why would you?
I mean, it is quite an old film. Is it 2016?
Yeah. I mean, I think that's the general rule in this podcast: is if the film is relatively new, if the film has been out for more than 5 years, really, it's your fault.
Yeah.
We're discussing the movies. We're not like dancing around spoilers.
If it's out this year, then we usually just put spoilers in the title.
Yeah.
Just in case.
I won't tell you about Beetlejuice. It's fine.
I actually have not seen Beetlejuice. Have you both seen Beetlejuice?
I've seen the first one. I want to see the second one so badly.
I've seen the second one, and I've seen both.
Do you know what I'm surprised? I am surprised the first film is a PG, and there's only one scene, and it's like Sal Kronos anyway. It's like he's standing next to the miniature tree, and he grabs his paws. It says, "How do you like?" What was it? He swears he's like fucking. Oh, what is the quote? He says something.
Yeah, he's got a potty mouth.
Aye, and it's like, how's this a PG? And do you know the reason why it's a PG? Because it was the 80s. That's the only reason.
Most things like
But this new one's a 12A.
Is it good?
The
So
reason
I took my kids to go see it.
Did they like
Yeah.
it?
They did like it. They weren't traumatized by it. There's a few bad languages, there's a few innuendos, and a few like gory bits. But the gory bits are done in the gory bits are done in such a way that they're like funny. You know, like I don't know if you've seen the advert where Beetlejuice goes, "Who's ready to spill their guts?" and he sort of like opens his guts and everything. Yeah, my kids absolutely love that bit. That was like their favourite bit of the film.
Just to put a
Bob.
pin in something.
Bob as well.
We've moved on from Arrival. Watch it
I was-
or don't.
aye, I was gonna say,
But anyway,
did you like Arrival?
Arrival's
Yes.
really great. I think it's a brilliant film. I think everyone should watch Arrival. But again, it's a film you'd watch once.
Okay.
Because I don't really see. Because I did fast forward a couple of bits in it as well. Because I'm like, I know what happens here. I don't need to know this. So you know, but it's a great film.
I guess we're going to talk about Beetlejuice then, the first film.
You know what's weird? I have not seen the first Beetlejuice for a long, long time. However, the other day when I was at work, I flicked it on, and it was the last 5 minutes of Beetlejuice. It was on like Channel 5 during the day. I was like, oh, there's Beetlejuice. And it was literally the last scene when, who must have been, well, Beetlejuice 1 came out in 1989, so I don't know what age Winona Ryder was at that point, but she couldn't have been any more than like 18, 19.
So she was 19 at the time, because it came out on her 20th birthday, and obviously she's maybe playing about 16 or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine. I mean, but I was weird looking at Winona Ryder and being like, wow, you are like super young. Because obviously when it came out, I'd have been 7, 8, something like that.
Aye.
And like, so to me, like Winona Ryder looked like an adult when I seen her in that movie because you know she was 19.
Still kind of
and then obviously now as like a man in her 40s, I'm like, man, she looks so young there, like so unbelievably young. But yeah, also hot. It's okay. She's age appropriate to me these days, so I'd say age appropriate at time, so it's fine. What's up, wee man?
One
love you.
One of my favourite things I found out was about Alec Baldwin is he had no clue filming for the first scene to the end of that film. He had no clue what the film was about. He just rolled with it, and I was like, that's great. But
He's not in the second one.
Is Gina Davis in the second one?
who's that?
Nope.
No, the woman.
Oh, why is she?
Woman
Woman Ghost. Nope, she's not in it, and neither is the man ghost because. Am I allowed to say?
I would say so. It's cool.
I would assume they moved on.
The Rust.
Yeah, so they moved on to they found the loophole for them to be able to move on.
Yeah.
Oh.
In the Beetlejuice original, they've moved on to wherever it is you move on to after you die.
I
I
just assumed that's
that
what
was the
happened. I
loophole.
mean, I figured Gina Davidson, they're visibly aged in the last 30 years plus. So I thought it'd be weird to have them in the movie. So yeah, I just assumed that they moved on to heaven or something, or whatever happens.
My thoughts went differently.
Oh.
Really? Do they have a picture of the dad? Does his picture turn up? Lydia's dad?
No, because no,
We know why.
he's not.
It does.
Yeah,
I seen it in the trailer.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, it does.
No.
Well, Sally's seen it.
Oh, right. Oh, well.
So, there is reasons why he's not there, and him as the dad is in the movie, but you don't see a face at all.
Mm.
So it could be anybody walking around. And that's all I can say, because if I say any more, I will spoil.
Oh, right.
So that's a big spoiler, then, is it?
Right.
That is
He
funny.
can't be in the film. He's not allowed to.
If that actor can't be in the film because he is a paedophile, that's why the actor can't be in the film. Yes, he's a Nazi bastard.
Do not
but they
condone
do.
it.
So for the nostalgic reasons, I really loved it. It was great. It was awesome. But it wasn't wow factor. Do you know what I mean? You could tell that
at the top of the first or second film.
Second.
Alright.
You can't be nostalgic for the first movie because that is the first movie. But anyway, continue.
So you could tell that Michael Keaton really enjoyed playing Beetlejuice. You could just tell he was really happy to be that character again. And the storyline with Winona Ryder's daughter was really good as well. And it all sort of tied up nicely in a nice little bow, and it was just lovely to watch. And I do think everybody should watch it that enjoyed the first film. But it wasn't it's not something that necessarily you have to go to the cinema to see. It's sort of a family movie night, I would say.
Yeah,
I'm going to watch it.
I'm looking forward to seeing it. But I was never going to go to the pictures to watch it because I'm not fussed. But I mean, I loved the first movie. It was great. I think there was the creature effects I thought were pretty good. They were all kind of they were silly and they were fun. I've not watched it for a while, so I don't know exactly how well they hold up, but I'd assume they're pretty good.
Even the thing I liked in the first film was see when they're in the waiting room and you see all the other characters, and it kind of resembles on how they all killed themselves. So the receptionist, she slit her wrists, and then can we say that one here?
Okay, that's what. We've said it.
Oh well.
I mean, again, PG. It's a PG,
Yeah.
and there's a woman that's cut in half and sits on either side of Beetlejuice, and you can kind of see her organs. That's kind of weird.
Well, see the guy with the wee heat. Apparently, that's meant to resemble he shot himself in the face, which I didn't know that was
The
even
wee
a thing.
Well, I think it's just a drunken head guy.
That's what it's meant to be. It's meant to be he shot himself in the face.
Is it not meant to be at the end of the first movie, the witch doctor puts the stuff on that shrinks Beetlejuice's head?
No, because
I'm pretty sure you're wrong.
He's got a hunting suit on, and he's got a hunting.
Yeah, because he was in Africa and he was obviously messing with the locals, and they made him a shrunken head.
No, I thought because it's maybe resemble him getting shot in the face.
No, because if you get shot in the head, your brain kind of
yeah, but see, as in a cartoon, right? What happens when Daffy Duck gets shot in the face? His head turns backwards.
I'm not buying what you're selling.
Fuck you, Lee.
Yeah, me either.
Fuck yourself.
Yeah, shut the fuck up, mate. You don't know what you're talking about. Shrunken head. Obviously, the witch doctor got him. They even do it to him at the end of the first movie.
Even the guy he got ran down, you see the full tire track on his board.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah, he doesn't have a shrunken head though, does he?
No, but on top of the other character, on top of the shrunken head, fuck's sake.
Yeah, no. Yeah, because you moved on because what you said's dumb. I do actually. Yeah. Anyway, so yes, Beetlejuice. We like Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice. We should go and see.
Oh.
You know the story of why they didn't make the? Go ahead.
I think that was. No, sorry. I'll rewind that. See Netflix. Remember when they had the DVDs? They started then posts for DVDs. Beetlejuice was the very first DVD to come out. But soon.
Yeah, there you go. Right, well, do you know the story of why it took so long to do the sequel?
So Jenna Ortega
Yeah.
was born.
You had to wait. We need to wait until she's been created. No, what happened was after the first movie was a success, the studio went, "We want a second movie. You need to make a second movie. You're contracted to make a second movie, so you have to do it."
Mhm.
And Tim Burton went, "Oh, do I? Well, I don't want to." And they went, "Well, you have to because you're late." And he went, "Oh, is that what you want? Okay, fine. I'll give you a second movie." And he wrote a script called Beetlejuice Goes to Hawaii. And he made like the worst script he could possibly think of. And he handed it in. It was unfilmable. It was garbage. It was not funny at all. They went, "There's your movie." And I think basically written into his contract is he had to direct it. And then they're like, "We don't want this." He's like, "Well, that's the movie that I want to make." And they're like, "We'll release you from the contract and let him do something else."
Was that
Which I thought was like, what a power move.
that
eh?
was during Batman as well? So I think there was a reason.
It would have been roughly that time, yeah.
Michael Keaton
Beetlejuice came in '89, so did Batman was, yeah.
Aye,
So you must have wanted to go and do that.
He was meant to play Beetlejuice for that film, and then they couldn't because he was playing Batman at that time as well.
Mm. But yeah, I just thought it was a great story. Like, fuck you, I'm not doing this. That's why they have these complicated contracts now, where they've got to do like things like that they want them to do.
Well,
But that's good. Back in the heyday, if you could get away with
speaking-
that.
Speaking of contracts, it turns out I can't say her name. What, Winona Ryder? Is that her name?
Winona Ryder.
Oh, no.
Aye, well, her. So she had in her contract with the Duffer Brothers for Stranger Things that she wanted in her contract if Beetlejuice 2 gets announced, she goes to make that, and Stranger Things have to wait for her, and that's what was in her contract.
And that happened. That's
Yep.
hilarious.
That's
So
what I
now the
expect
kids
of-
in Stranger Things are now 38 years old because we had to wait on that then,
But
yeah?
it kind of shows you like
Yeah.
how love she likes the Beetlejuice story.
I think she
Yeah.
knew that that's like something. I mean, I bet you to this day she gets asked about Beetlejuice all the time.
And Edward Scissorhands.
Mm.
And why
Yeah,
she's
yeah.
shoplifting.
I mean, I imagine people
Yeah.
do ask that question as well, but like that was a weird thing because she just threw the stuff in a bin. Like she didn't even want it; she was just bored. That did kill her career for a long
Yeah.
time, though, which was sad.
I think Stranger Things survived it. Let's be honest.
I mean, yeah, I think she owes a lot to the Duffer Brothers. Yeah, absolutely. Like, good for Winona. I hope she does a lot. I hope she makes lots of money. And does well
She's
forever.
aged like a fine wine. She is a beautiful
Oh.
woman.
Yeah, she looks great. And I think
Yeah.
Johnny Ortega was a really good choice to play her daughter. Like they have that same kind of aesthetic.
Yeah.
I agree and disagree.
Yes.
Hmm.
Now here's my rant.
Okay.
Okay. Oh.
I do not like Jenna Ortega. She's just became this whole horror queen out of nowhere. She's been in Scream. She's been in Wednesday. She's been in X. She's been doing all these horrors, and now she's like the horror queen. No, just because she's got black hair and she's young, no one cares.
Well, I think that the pale complexion, I think it just works really well on her. She has like, I mean, to be fair, I'm sure they could get any girl with her bone structure and do the kind of dark eyes, dark hair, and pale skin. And you're like, yeah, that's what she looks like. But I thought she was a good Wednesday Addams. Like, I thought that was a good show.
Yeah. I really enjoyed that. My kids really enjoyed that show.
I couldn't watch it.
One of
Kids
Molly's
also
favourites.
enjoyed it. My youngest son has watched it like 4 times now. My youngest son apparently is into kind of like Hispanic girls because he really likes Johnny Ortega and he really likes Olivia Rodriguez. And I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah.
okay, I guess he's into Spanish chicks then.
He's got a
Spanish chicks got to do the pale dark hair. So like not the tan Spanish girls, the kind of pale Spanish girls.
goth
So there you go.
Spanish girls,
The
yeah.
sickly looking ones.
Yeah. Yeah, the ones that look like they've got fucking consumption. Like wayfish girls, yeah.
The weaklings, they're the ones.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
They're
this
so
has been this
busy.
episode.
I said it to him. Well, it used to be whenever Olivia Rodriguez would come on like the TV singing, you'd always kind of stop to watch her. And I'm like, so do you like her? And he's like, no, but they'd watch. Like, seem to really like her. I'm like, nothing wrong with liking. Like, nothing wrong with thinking she's pretty. Maybe he wants to dress like her. I don't know. Maybe he wants to start doing goth shit. Oh, I'll find out soon enough, I
Okay.
suppose.
Next minute, he's in his bedroom shouting, "Where are you?"
Proud day, proud day.
So anyway, so Beetlejuice, we agree. Now, Logan, you've not seen Alien Romulus, have you?
Have you no keeping that for your next?
I'll be keeping that until the horror one.
It-
Okay, that's fine.
It's your choice. It's your choice if that's what you pick.
Well, I know Sally's definitely seen it. I've definitely seen it. Are you going to watch it? If you're going to watch it, I believe it.
I'll watch
I
it.
just want to say that I fucking loved it. It is the best
I
Alien
really
movie I've
enjoyed
seen
it. I thought it
since
was brilliant.
the original 2 Alien movies. It's better than the first. I'll rephrase that. That's unfair because you can't really compare a movie made in 1979. It's got all the atmosphere of the first movie, but combined with modern day effects, which I thought was fantastic. It was a proper horror movie.
It was that good. I didn't want to go to the toilet because I didn't want to miss anything.
And I think if you look at Prometheus and Covenant, they tried to be what this is, and this one just done it properly. But they also managed to tie a lot of the canon, especially the canon of the games and books, into the film. I was very impressed, but I won't say any more about it, apart from excellent, fucking 5 out of 5, 2 thumbs up, everyone should watch it. Yeah. I actually thought, because I'm not a big horror movie guy, I was like, I'm going to go to this and be bored out my fucking tits. And I wasn't.
But you
I won't talk about it anymore.
You like the Aliens? Like, you like the Alien franchise?
I like the Alien franchise. I like the concept of xenomorphs.
Mhm.
But if you look at like Aliens, Alien 3, Alien Resurrection, AVP Requiem,
We don't talk about
Alien Prometheus, and Alien Covenant. Out of those movies, there is 2 good movies. Right? Alien 3 is okay. Alien Resurrection is alright. AVP are bad films, and Alien Covenant and Prometheus are bad films. And then Romulus came along and went, by the way, we can actually still make these. And I'm like, oh, why did we not just do that? It's like if you look at Predator.
It was brilliant.
Oh, it's brilliant. Predator 1, Predator 2, really enjoyed. AVP, I've already covered. Predators was good. Predator was bad. Prey was really good. Like, we just keep proving that we can make movies. But like for some reason we don't. We're like, oh no. Let's make some shit. Why would you do that? Why would you choose to make some shit?
Predator's actually making a TV series. I think it's coming out next year, and it's set in the samurai
Alien
era.
Oh.
I don't know if it.
Predator's fighting samurai is the coolest I've ever had in my
I'm
life.
guessing it's done by Disney.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're funding it, I'd imagine. It'll be through their.
Does that mean that Predator's a Disney princess?
That's correct. No notes. Yep, that's correct.
Let's see.
He's only. Why not? Fuck it, they're all daily. Yeah, Xenomorphs are Disney princesses now as well because they own that. Because that's Fox.
No, technically, if you're
The Alien Queen, to be fair, would be a Disney princess.
They'd be the evil queens because they're fighting off predators, and technically the princess always fights the evil queen. So, technically.
So Ripley's a Disney princess then?
No, she's like the hunchback. Like the evil stepsister or something. Evil.
Oh,
whatever you want to call them.
There's literally so much I want to talk about with Alien Romulus because there's so many good things in it. But I can't know. We're saving it to the Halloween, which is only next month, to be fair.
Aye,
so
there's no problem. I'll get a watch next weekend. I've got 2
now,
weekends off anyway.
Did any of you watch or have watched any of the Umbrella Academy?
I've watched up until the new season.
No, I'm
like
no
you know the new heart. No, so I've what? Did they bring this new season out in 2 halves?
No, that is finished. It's done.
That's it.
6
so the new
episode
ones
final
that
season.
they've released. I haven't watched. I've watched the previous ones.
Simi, hey Sim, yeah, Arrival is a brilliant film, mate. We covered that. Logan didn't watch it though, so it was just me and Sally recounting the plot.
Fuck that guy.
Apparently you do, yeah. We got a bit similar, Logan. Right, anyway.
I was on about Logan.
Oh, in that case, don't fuck that guy. He's like a son to us.
Oh, you baby boy. So handsome.
Actually, when you were saying earlier on about things that happen, like about cutting yourself off from people that are like of no like emotional value to you during life, I do a weird thing which I've done my entire life, which is I adopt people.
Yeah, that's
because Logan, there's no logical reason that I'm friends with a 24-year-old man as he is now. I met Logan when he was 16, and we just kind of remained friends, which is weird. Because, again, 8 years ago, I would have been a 34-year-old man. And then I guess me and Logan just kind of hang out, which is weird. which is why me and Logan don't go places together, because they'd be like, oh, he's with his dad, obviously, because that's the only thing that makes sense. So yeah, that's happened to me 3 times. Logan, my friend Andrew, and also I feel about that way about Rachel as well, because I just found her on the internet and just was like, you're mine now, you're my friend now, and there she is. So
You've never
3
met her in
times.
person.
I've never met her in person. That makes me sad. I would like to meet her in person. Night, Logan. Love you. My other
Love you
son,
too.
Logan. I love you too. I love both my sons, who are both called Logan, because we're not original with names. Anyway, yes, that's just a weird thing that I've done my whole life. Used to happen to me as a teenager, because young kids always wanted me to come up and like go and play games with them, and I was like, this is weird. And as I got older, they just wanted to hang out with me. Very weird.
Are you sure this is not like the wolf pack just putting out decoys all the time just to try and catch you?
Like, I don't know, yeah, maybe they're trying to like get me like fuck a kid, and I'm like, no, but I'll be their surrogate dad. That's not a problem, and I'll just take them to the park and look after them, like help them move house and stuff, and just be like a generally
not
wholesome person.
doing yourself any favours taking your surrogate kids to the park.
Well, you've not got a dad. Of course, I'll look out for you. No problem at all. Gonna look after them and shit. Teach them how to like change the wheels in cars and stuff.
Right, we're going
you
on
do.
a tangent
You know
here.
how to do that.
Yes, of course I know how to do that. Well, I'm a man. I know how to do loads of shit. Like ties, all that dad stuff.
Right.
Oh, I've had to tie my kids' ties for school every morning. Like, fuck's sake, watch me do it.
To be fair, like my own kids, they can't tie their shoelaces. I keep trying to show them, and they're like, I think they're like, nah, if I just don't do it, he'll do it for me. So anyway, right. So I was gonna say Umbrella Academy. Logan, you've not watched it. Sally, you've not watched the last season.
I am.
Yeah.
I'm not watching the last season. I heard about it and I'm like, yeah, fuck no.
Sally, are you gonna watch the last season?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not gonna talk about
I
it.
like Umbrella Academy. I thought it was really good.
I would argue that every season is a disappointment. Every season it has all this promise, and then every season it's garbage.
I think season
But I
two-
love the idea of it. But
season 2 is the best one, I'd say. Because
so this, I like the characters. I like all the things they do, but I always feel like the overall plot is kind of like just goes nowhere. Like it's just basically here, oh, there, the world's ending. What he's doing? We're just arguing in a bar for like 3 episodes, and they just kind of like mope
Dance
around.
a little.
And they
I'm sure-
dance,
I'm
yeah.
sure
They always
it was meant
dance.
to get another 2 seasons, but I think it was just Netflix was like, no, we kind of want this to end.
You know what it gives the feel of? Misfits.
I'd say, from what I understand, though, Misfits was very good.
Are you just saying that because
It was.
Oh, because it's Klaus, that's right.
Yeah, but it is very much like the similar thing. Like they just seem to try to figure things out without actually ever figuring anything out.
Yeah, they just kind of move on to the next problem. They
yeah.
do tie some stuff up, which is quite cool. But ultimately, it just kind of does what it always does. And also, I personally hate Elliot Page, just on a deep level.
Yes.
Not for any reason that they've not any choices they've made. Just even in their previous life, I fucking hated them as an actor, and then they continued. I'm like, I still fucking hate you as an actor.
I think it's
They make
'cause-
the same
Sorry.
choices of actor, don't they? They're just the same character over and over again. And it's like you have no variant.
Actually, because they play a different character in Inception compared to what they usually play, because they're always like
Oh, really?
the awkward kind of teenage kind of
I
awkwardness.
think, yeah, that's what we say. I thought like Elliot Page back when like he was in Juno. I thought that worked as a teenage finding their way. But now Elliot Page is a man in their 30s. It's like, it's weird that you're still kind of like, oh, I don't know. It's like, shut the fuck up.
Bumbling
You're
their way
30.
through, yeah.
Yeah, like, oh, I'm awkward. Like, you should fucking have got your shit together by this point. Also, well, whatever, fuck it. Yeah, I just don't like Elliot Page.
I've got tons
not
of film news, and we can wrap up there
Brilliant.
if you fancy it. So, obviously,
Yeah.
big sad news about James Earl Jones passing away this week at the age of 93.
I was at work today
you
and I
said
said,
a
oh,
big
James
long
Earl
life.
Jones died. And they went, who? And I went, what do you mean, who? I went, the voice of Darth Vader. I went, what, the guy in the suit? I went, no, that was David Prowse. No, James Earl Jones, like, the voice of Mufasa. Like, no, I was like, Thulsa Doom in Conan. And I'm like, no. I was like, this was a woman, like, who was, like, 10 years older than me. It's like, that's mental.
That's crazy.
So I punched her right in the face.
do you know how
Naturally.
much he got paid for the first film as Darth Vader?
Oh, it was a couple of thousand, $2,000.
$7,000.
I blueballed it, God damn it. Did he not get some money later on though? Did he not kind of like give him some cash?
I think he got a share. Was it not like
Like a little tiny percentage or something?
aye, but obviously that would have made him tons of money.
Oh yeah. I knew he couldn't get much for it. And to be fair, like James, like you said, so he had a very long life. Do you know that when he was born, or when he was young man, stutter, could not talk properly for a long time?
Yeah, I've heard
Aye.
of this
And
actually.
why? And what stopped the start?
Was it like his singing or something, or
He
I
took
forget.
acting classes.
I knew it was something along those lines. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, good for him.
Um,
Big bucket of win for that guy. Great long life. Very good career. Sold the likeness of his voice to Disney for a lot of money, so they can make Darth Vader voices forever.
Well,
Don't know how I feel about that. Once he
this
got
is
paid.
like, I was going to think about. Will he be in the new Scar film, or is it a TV show they're making? Because they're making a prequel.
No, it is a film because it's in the cinema.
Yeah, he was Mufasa, not Scar. Scar was
No,
the
Yeah,
guy
but
that-
Mufasa's going to be in it.
Aye, but they're making a prequel.
All right, okay.
Or is it not just called Mufasa? Is it the Mufasa?
Yeah,
No,
it's
it's
the
called
wrong guy.
Scar.
Or is it Scar?
I'm sure it's Scar.
I'm sure
don't know, hang on.
they're doing the story about Scar instead.
Okay, who cares? Yeah, if he's in it, he sold his voice to Disney so they could make Darth Vader voices forever. So
Well-
if they want him in it, they can have him. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't think you should. I
It's
think you should be given it.
Mufasa.
Is
I
it?
think you should be given that kind of
Lion
thing to
King.
new
Oh,
actors.
that's got to change a lot of things then. I think.
Okay, what's going to change?
No, so Aaron Pierre is Mufasa.
Right.
There you go.
Um,
Fair enough.
according to Google, James Earl Jones is not in it.
No, I wouldn't imagine so. Like, why? Like, at a certain point, it's cool to keep it for certain things, but like, there's lots of actors out there, and I'm sure somebody can do a Mufasa voice.
Did you know he
Mhm.
technically mistakenly died twice?
Good name.
So his death was announced during a live broadcast at NBA playoff game in April 1998. The deceased was actually James Earl Ray, the convicted assassin of Martin Luther King. And they just put up, they just thought it was James Earl Jones. I was like, oh my god.
That's fair enough.
Why not, man?
Anyway, so
So
yeah,
all his debts were
sad
wiped
news.
off.
And did who's he survived by? Did he have a big family?
I feel like he would have.
Okay, let's find. Oh, let's play. Guess how many kids James Earl Jones has got? Closest without going over.
Is it higher than Eddie Murphy's? Or is
5.
it lower?
Fuck. It must be
I'm gonna
lower than
say
Eddie
5.
Murphy's.
It's gotta be a lot.
5. Okay.
I'm going to say about
Oh, he's got 1.
6.
Oh, that's rubbish, James Earl Jones.
Well,
Flynn Earl Jones.
see how you were
for
talking
him.
about the AI voices and that?
Aye.
So it actually came out in the news this week about the makers of Rogue One is getting sued over the image rights of actor Peter Cushing, whose obviously image was resurrected for the film back in 2016, I would want to say.
I remember, yeah.
So John Knoll, who served as a VFX supervisor on Rogue One, said Cushing would have given a green light. We weren't doing anything that I think Peter Cushing would have objected to. I think this work was done with a great deal of affection and care, he told Yahoo Movies. But
Right,
that was,
but they never got permission off the family, though.
I don't know. Doesn't really say about that. Even if
I mean, I can't imagine who else is suing them if, like, you know.
well, I'm guessing it would.
And saying
but
that'd be interesting, though.
there was a new law. I don't know if it was actually fully confirmed this week or not, but there was a new law that was thought that they were going to just stop using people that died, like resurrecting them for films.
Okay, I mean, that'll be something we'll have to talk about in the Romulus episode. But
Oh, great!
that's interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. The thing is, it'd be interesting because if they own the film, right? Let's say they own the rights to the movie. Does that mean they own the rights to all the actors' likenesses within the film?
Well, I would assume no, because
You own
characters
your
come
own
and go.
face, surely. Yeah. I mean, that's also it. It's like, does it have to be the same actor? Just cool. Just have somebody that looks kind of like him walk on screen and be like, oh, Commander, whatever the fuck, you're here. That's good news.
Mhm.
And then just move on because we, as human beings, we understand that Peter Cushing has been dead for a long time.
Yeah.
And it, doesn't have to be the same face.
Well,
I think we're a bit weird about that.
there was an actual good example. Marvel. The guy who can't remember his name or his character name. The guy who's got to play Red Hulk, who was going to be Red Hulk in Marvel.
Like,
obviously had-
Harrison Ford plays him now, and the previous guy was. I'll come back to it, but I know what you mean, yeah.
So obviously they just replaced this character. They just replaced the actor.
Yeah.
So like, why did Star Wars not say that? But I guess they want to be very niche with their timeline. I guess they don't want it to be fragile. I guess that's the way they want to go with it. But I feel like there's two sides to a coin with this. As let's say they did replace Peter Cushing, like, to a different actor. I feel like you've got to have fans just be raging about that anyway. Because
to be fair, I mean, fans that are going to whine that we didn't fucking resurrect the corpse of Peter Cushing is like, well, you guys need to shut the fuck up. It was William Hurt was his name, and he was in multiple Marvel movies before he died. And they've replaced him with Harrison Ford, who is 8 years older than William Hurt. So this is a really funny line in the trailer for the World War. It's for the Captain America 3, and it's like he shaved his mustache because obviously he's famous for the big bushy mustache. And Harrison Ford was like, "Fuck you! I'm not growing a mustache." Famously grumpy old bastard Harrison Ford was like, "Nah." But yeah, so that'll be fun. I mean, I actually feel the same way about recasting actors that died because I think it's ridiculous that they didn't recast Black Panther once Chadwick Boseman died. Like, just we know he died. That's sad. Make a donation to whatever you need to do, and then just bring another actor in to play him. It's when Daniel Craig dies, what does nobody else get to be Bond? Like, what's going on here?
Well, technically, yes.
Like we've been through a few Bonds already. There's a few dead Bonds out there. But
well, that's the thing with Marvel. What's the whole point of the multiverse? Go and replace the character. Bosh, there you go.
Yeah, that's what we have that for. Anyway, okay, more Nova news then, Logan, continue.
I've got the Happy Gilmore 2 is starting to film their stuff for that. It also has Travis Kelce who plays for the Chiefs in American football. And obviously it is it's Taylor Swift. They don't know
who's Taylor Swift?
Of course you would say that. But no one knows what the plot is, but they think Travis Kelce might be playing Adam Sandler's son, or they're going to play Shooter McGavin's son.
Okay.
But to me, he's got to easily play Adam Sandler's son. That's the easiest option.
I don't like. I'm interested in what the plot line of Happy Gilmore 2 is going to be like. What does that like? Here, name films that don't need sequels. Happy Gilmore does not need. Like, what are they going to add to the fucking legacy? At the end of the movie, he gets his granny's house back, and he is good at golf. Like, Carl Weathers is dead. I'm assuming the lady that played his granny must be long dead.
Yeah.
So
that's the thing. I don't think Adam Sandler's ever done a sequel. Like, I cannot think of any of his films he's ever done a sequel, except for Grown Up 2.
And 3.
Love Grown Ups
and Transylvania, Hotel Transylvania 1, 2, and 3.
Oh yeah.
Apart from those 6 movies.
Apart from those films.
Which were franchises, to be fair. They were franchises. Hotel Transylvania was a animated movie, and he's not in the later ones. He did step away from it. And Grown Ups was an excuse for him to go on holiday with his friends.
But do you know what else might be getting a sequel? The Goonies.
Yes, I've seen that.
So this kind of baffled me. So apparently it will be having the original cast, But Corey Feldman came out, and he's denying there is another film in the works. So,
And if anyone would want it more than anyone else, surely it'd be
Corey.
creepy weirdo Corey Feldman.
Yeah, knock off Wish Michael Jackson.
And let me just check
I don't
something.
see why do they have to like do this?
Well,
It was a
well, why
good
do they have to
film.
do
It was a
this?
great film, and it's something that I enjoyed watching with my kids, like watching them enjoy it and be like, "Hey, you guys."
Yeah.
It was fun, but why? Why do they have to sort of ruin it? And like, there's not going to be another sloth, is there?
well, I was.
I mean, we really could do Sloth again. Here's this disabled guy we keep chained up in the basement. That seems un-PC these days. What I was going to say was what happened is an executive somewhere went, hey, have you guys seen Stranger Things? That's popular. What could we bring back that people would care about? The Goonies. Who's still alive from the Goonies and not done sex crimes? Okay,
Brolin.
most of them. Great.
Well,
so, like,
you
Sean
gonna
Astin's not
say
done any sex crimes.
you
know, there's lots of people that they've done all right, but I mean, it's like the one that I'd be worried about having Corey Feldman on set. I'm like, he is a creepy weirdo.
Yeah.
He was convinced that Hollywood had hitmen after him, despite the fact that no one's cared about Corey Feldman for like what 30 years. Although he was good in The Burbs and The Lost Boys.
I would say The Lost
Fuck
Boys
that
was
guy.
his peak film.
That's peak Feldman. The Burbs.
Stand
Well,
By
I'm not
Me.
going to
Stand by me, you know.
Stand By Me. Yep.
Stand
Again,
by-
that. But yeah, those films were good, and then it was when he started having like harems of young women living at his house and being a weirdo. But anyway, fuck that guy. Hope he's not in it.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I was thinking this to myself. I was like, why did they not just do a short, like a skit, not a skit, like a short film, maybe 10 minutes, and it's just Chunk. Is it Chunk?
Well, Chunk's all
And the
sexy
truffle
now. Have you not
shuffle.
seen Chunk? You're like Chunk's all like ripped in that now.
Yes, he is. Because I was going to say,
It's like it'd be like doing his belly, but it's like it's just abs.
oh
It's
yeah.
like just rolling his abs.
Alright, my idea's at the window. I thought they could just do like a 10-minute clip. You just Chunk.
Hang on,
and
isn't that
Sloth just
a
hanging
Peter
about.
Andre video? Mysterious Guy.
Hey, mysterious girl. I don't even think the guy that played Chunk is an actor anymore. I'm pretty sure he just.
Was he not?
Let's find it. Jeff Cohen's his name. He's got old now actually. Nah, he's still pretty handsome. I'm sure he went to like be a. Oh no, it says he's an actor. I'm talking shit. Hold on. He's a founding partner of law firm Cohen and Gardner. I feel like Jeff Cohen doesn't want to be in this movie.
Yep.
He's been an attorney for the last 24 years, and he stopped being an actor in 1991. So like, you know,
I don't see him coming out of retirement for that.
There's no way they'll make
for
it.
to put on £40 to play Chunk. They're like, nah, mate, I'm all right. I'm going to be a serious lawyer instead. But yeah, I'm sure they'll do something. I'm sure the Goonies will be the parents, and like there'll be a new generation of Goonies.
I like do like a hand down, like the Wayne's going on an adventure. That's what they could just say.
It has to be that. Yeah, I mean, just Sean Austin's on, and Sean Austin, Josh Brolin, they're the only ones that really need to be there. Also, the thing that made me laugh most about that movie is see at the end when the pirate ship floats out to sea. Why would you not just go and get the pirate ship? It's not like it's like flying off into the sky. It's like, yeah, I could just jump in a boat and go and get the treasure. It's literally right there. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
We've got the treasure.
They were meant to fight an octopus in that film, and they go.
That's right, yeah.
Because when I watched it, I think it's like during lockdown as well, and then one of the characters says about an octopus, and I'm like, why is he thought about an octopus? Because there was none in that film, and I had to search it. I was like, oh fuck, there was.
There was an octopus. That's right. Okay, cool. What other movie news you got for us? What else is getting a long delayed sequel?
See if you could think of any biography film that you'd get made anew, which would make sense to now, like to this day. What would you make?
Don't really watch. Is it like a musical one, or what do you mean?
No, like any like historical person, famous person, you'd make a movie life anew.
Is it the Reagan one you're talking about?
You're so close.
So who was that?
Salad, you right there, I guess.
JFK.
Donald J. Trump.
I was gonna say Trump. I thought, no, I'm not saying Trump.
I watched the trailer last night and I was like, there's no way this is happening. So it is called the Apprentice, and it's Sebastian Stan is playing Donald Trump. Jeremy Strong is playing Roy Cohen, who is basically the apprentice for Donald Trump. And you've got Maria Balava. She was the daughter in Borat 2.
Alright, okay.
So she's making this kind of drama film. And all I can think is she was just mental in Borat. So I'm like, this is a big jump for her.
I don't know. Do we need it? Would you? Right, are you just going to watch this movie?
I'm gonna watch it.
No.
Because this is basically, this examines like his real estate history during, I think it's like the 70s and 80s. Is that when he was kind of getting up there?
I mean, he's 70 now, so in the 70s, I mean, you're talking the 70s. 44 years ago, he'd been a very young man,
so
or relatively, youngish man.
Kind of time.
His real estate empire was started by his dad, who basically owned lots of stuff at that time, and then he kind of inherited a lot of it. So I mean, yeah, his heyday would have been the 80s, I'd have guessed. The coke-fueled 80s.
So Maria Baklava is playing Ivan Trump, who's got to be, I guess, the wife of Donald Trump.
Ivana Trump.
Aye.
Ivanka, even.
Ivanka.
I think it's Ivanka's daughter, or Ivanka Trump.
Ivanka there.
Oh, how funny. Yeah, this is something I'll never watch. I don't care. On that note, though, how did you keep up with the Kamala and Trump debate? You seen any of that?
No, but I've seen the Joe Biden hat.
I've not seen that one.
He wore a Make America Great. No, it was a Donald Trump hat. Sorry.
Not Biden?
Aye.
That must have been photoshopped. I'm not accepting what you're saying.
Genuine video footage last night. He's wearing the hat.
Well, I'm not buying what you're selling.
I will send you it.
Right, fine. Send me the link. Yeah, send me the clearly bullshit link. Right, cool. Well, what happened was he done his first televised debate against Kamala Harris, and she fucking just humiliated him the whole way through. Because shockingly, when you put someone who's sharp and witty and knows what she's talking about in front of Trump, and she just kept baiting him with making fun of him and stuff, and he would just go off in mental tangents. But the big one was that he was saying that the Haitian population were coming over and they'd moved into an area and they were stealing people's cats and dogs and eating them, and they had to stop him and be like, right, that's an unsubstantiated lie, and everything we found is said that that's not true. And he just kept repeating this same lie to the point where Kamala Harris was just literally pissing herself on the stage. Just how funny. So you should read about it. It's hilarious. Hopefully he won't get to be president again. Not that I care, but
I seen I think it was on one of the news articles. I think it was like the Herald or some shit. And they said apparently 90% of the viewers thought Donald Trump won that debate.
Interesting. You need to send me that link as well, because I've read said the other thing.
No, so which I thought.
I think Logan gets all his news off Fox News apparently, but okay.
No, I get all my news from
Truthhammer.org.
Oh no, he's a pedo. Oh no, that's not. It's the wrong guy's fine.
Not
Alex
Jeffrey
Jones. Alex Jones.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Cool. Right, more movie news then, mate. Go for it. What you got for us?
Main to use. We'll talk about Russell Crowe.
Yes.
Dude, this kind of threw me off because I was like, is this really happening? So, he's making a mixed martial arts film.
Okay.
Which is there's a company called One Championship, so it's basically like UFC. So it turns out they're on board to make this film, and it's called The Beast in Me. It's a sports action film starring Russell Crowe and Daniel McPherson. He was in Land of the Bad and Foundation. Don't know if you've seen any of their films. In the film, McPherson plays an out-of-work former MMA fighter who suffers a personal tragedy involving his brother. With the help of a veteran trainer played by Crowe, he sets out to avenge his brother by coming out of retirement to compete in One Championship, which I thought, there's no way this is happening. But this was actually a news article by the Vanity, so I mean it must be true.
Okay, it must be true, yeah.
Must be true.
That sounds like Kickboxer, to be honest. So, like, I mean, why is one like? Is that like a real organization? Is that what that is?
So One Championship is like this. I would say it's kind of bigger than UFC, but it's not actually. But it's just in for the UFC.
Okay, is that like big, like in like like Asia or something, or what is
Pretty
that?
much bang on the dot. Aye, it's like Asia basically. You know
Okay.
the fighter Demetrius Johnson, don't you?
Yeah, of course I do.
So he retired this weekend off. He basically moved. He got transferred to UFC to
Oh,
one
is that Mighty
championship.
Mouse?
Aye, Mighty Mouse. He retired.
Why would you not just say Mighty Mouse? Why would you say fucking Demetrius
Because
Johnson?
Demetrius Johnson, that's his real name.
Yeah, but he goes Demetrius Mighty Mouse Johnson. He even calls himself Mighty Mouse. That's like his name.
He's now a streamer as well.
Anyways, that's it. He's getting more views than us.
He plays the games a lot.
Well, we should try and get him on then.
So,
So he's retired from UFC and then went straight to this one fighting thing.
No, he's retired. So he got transferred from the UFC to one championship a few years back. So there was a crossover, so they wanted to basically swap one fighter each. Bad idea. And he basically just said, I kind of just don't like fighting people anymore. I just want to do jiu-jitsu. And then he basically got a Hall of Famer at the weekend there, and he just said, nah, it's me retiring. So
fair enough.
Sad days. But turns out one championship is on board with this Russell Crowe film, which kind of sounds like Kickboxer and Rocky IV to me.
Well, think about Russell Crowe's like, when was the last time Russell Crowe done anything movie-wise that we care about?
I was going to say, when was he last in shape?
Beautiful Mind.
So a while ago then, yeah. I mean, the last thing I remember him was Thor 4, when he was Zeus. And he was in horrible shape in that movie. He looked like a fat old man. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with, like, you know, being like in your late 50s being a fat old man. But, like, he's a real veteran trainer at this point.
Well, he's got Gladiator 2 coming out, so he might have put on some muscle for that.
Well, he died in that movie, so I don't know how that's going to work.
He's in it?
I know he's in it, but like he must be like a dream sequence because he's dead.
No, because if it was a dream sequence, then he would be young, Russell Crowe. No?
So I could digitally de-age him so he wouldn't need to get in shape then.
It's just his face.
I'm not buying what you're selling me.
Let's find out. That's quite funny. A picture came up and it's like this really old man, but that's obviously Ridley Scott, and it just really threw me. They're like, it doesn't look like that. That guy's ancient. Let's find out. Okay, Russell Crowe is 60. And the acting career. Jesus, man, he was so young. Filmography. Film. Fucking hell, it's making me go really hard for this. I forgot he was in Craven the Hunter. That's mental.
Is that
according to this,
the new one?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The Beast in Me, is that the one you're talking about?
That's it. Aye.
This doesn't have Gladiator here, and this has got.
It was. I'm sure those set pictures of him there.
He might have visited or something, but right. Gladiator was 2000. Sequel. Gladiator 2. He doesn't appear to be on the. It's finished. It's due to get released.
Oh no, he's not actually in the credits for Letterboxd. But do you know who else is actually credited?
Who?
Matt Lucas.
Yeah, I see that here. Nah, man. Gladiator 2 doesn't appear to have Russell Crowe in it. So unless it is some kind of like flashback sequence or something, but he's not in the main cast list. It's Pedro Pascal. By the way, he did die, so it'd be weird to have him in the movie. Like the ending of the movie is him dying and then like going to the like Venetian fields and going back to his family and his wife and his son. So yeah, whatever. Right, anything else?
Should we wrap up and see what the next episode's got to be then?
Yeah. Well, usually we have quite a busy October actually, because normally people run a bunch of stuff.
Yep.
But nobody's mentioned anything apart from Scott might do Call of Cthulhu. Sally's obviously been prepping vampires for us all year. Yep, see? It was quite good because our camera kind of zoomed in on her face a bit there when she stopped and looked surprised.
So
go on then.
I mean, I can run a vampire game for you if you want me to, but yeah.
Yeah, man. Hopefully we get Call of Cthulhu vampires, and I am doing a thing as well.
So what films are you picking?
Nice.
Alien Romulus.
Sally.
I'm gonna pick an oldie but a goodie.
And
Ginger Snaps.
Ginger Snaps. Oh yeah, I remember that one. That is a movie that exists.
Yeah.
Wait, what? I've never heard this song.
Ginger Snaps is a werewolf movie.
I thought she
Yeah.
was got
Got
to say,
sequels as well.
I thought she was got to say American Werewolf in London, to be fair.
But it's also a good. But that's a better movie. Yeah.
This was actually a hard choice because I was like, what could we watch? And at first I was going to say, well, Halloween. But I mean, I feel like everybody would have probably done Halloween to talk about.
What Halloween at Halloween? That's a fucking original thought for the day.
I know. But what is another John Carpenter film that is actually another good horror? The Thing.
The Thing. Of course, it's The Thing. That's a fucking amazing movie. No notes. Great.
I don't think Sally's seen it.
Sally, have you seen The Thing?
Don't think so.
I feel
I don't
like
want to say a
might
thing
have.
about The Thing because I fucking love this. Like 3 scenes
Keep it-
in The
keep
Thing.
it for next
We
episode.
need to. I'm not going to say a word about it. There's specific scenes that you need to note down. I think there's at least 2 scenes that I'm thinking of that you need to make a note saying, yeah, that must be the scene. Oh yeah, just write down the scenes that you think that's what Lee was talking about when you watch The Thing, because I guarantee I know which ones they are.
Mhm.
Anyway, that's fine.
Okay.
Well, that's it.
Don't watch the prequel; it's rubbish.
That's
Cool.
it for.
For October, I'll be running a couple of things. There'll be my Aliens game, which will be Gears of War, and I'll probably do something else as well.
This podcast for
That's
our
it.
Halloween episode. That's what you'll be doing, mate.
I'll be doing that as well. Obviously, Scott is hopefully running something, and Sally's
What?
going to run vampires.
What day are we doing the podcast on?
We'll
We've actually do
We'll
another
figure
one of
that-
these.
probably figure that out after the stream.
If it's in 3 weeks, it's on the 3rd. But then see when they work either.
We'll figure it out.
Although
We'll figure it out.
although Halloween is a Thursday,
Oh.
but I feel like we
Aye,
should.
but
I
then-
actually feel like we should try and do a little more for the Halloween month, because that'd be like the 3rd, the 17th, and the 31st would be pretty good.
Right, we'll talk about it after the stream.
So we got off screen because it might. Yeah, I'll shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up, Lee. You ginger bitch. Carry on. That's the love you. But aye, that's us for our 3rd episode. And usually they say people who make podcasts don't even make it to the 3rd episode, so
We've made it to the 3rd episode twice. so-
yeah, pretty much, yeah. This is a reboot that no one knows about our first one. But I hope everybody enjoyed. Obviously follow us on X with Sanity Check GM. Also we're on Spotify for our podcast. It's Sanity Check Podcast, and our YouTube is Sanity Check Gaming. Although that's where we put
Yeah.
the podcast as well. But
We
yeah,
put this up a lot of places.
we've got a lot of places. But yeah.